What up, what up? What's going on? What's going on, y'all? My name is Legend. Welcome to my live. If you're watching on YouTube, what's good? You're going to see me post these lives every day on my YouTube channel. Feel free to check that out. As for today, we're going to talk about the discussions up above. Peace to my family. What's going on? Come on in, join the live. We just getting started, y'all. Thanks for joining. We're going to talk about the questions up above. We're talking about a host of things. Talking about feminism, religion, racism, and multiculturalism. This is deep political talk, man. You know what I'm saying? It gets deep. Let's talk about it, though. You feel me? Draco, what's good, brother? Appreciate you joining. Everybody, everywhere. Everybody that's listening. Tap like on the screen. Show love. I'm back up here. I hope everybody's been well. Super blessed. You know what I'm saying? From the ancestors and the creator. Shout out to the original blueprint. Our sisters. Shout out to everybody that's been supporting my lives. It's been real fun. We're gonna keep it going. It's a new week. I missed Monday. I didn't do Monday. But yeah, you see the questions above me. Let's talk about it. How is feminism helpful to black people? Can anyone answer that question? Anybody want to answer that question? How is feminism helpful to black people? I usually do yes and no questions, but today we're just gonna pick. If somebody comes up here, just pick 2 questions max. At least pick one, and we can talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Before you come up here, pick a question that you. So I can bring somebody up here. The more people see it on the FYP, the more people I can get to join us. We have a good discussion. Today we're talking about how feminism is helpful or not to black people. Do black and white people pray to the same God? Are all white people inherently racist? And does multiculturalism benefit black people? Everybody keep tapping like. I'm not sure if my likes are frozen or I'm not sure what's going on up there. Keep tapping like. When we get to 2K, I'm going to bring people up. You say it's glitchy? Okay, it's working now. Okay. Cool. Let's get to 2K. I'm not sure what that was, honestly. TikTok trying to play with us. But, we still here. Is feminism helpful to black people, y'all? Let me know. Is feminism helpful to black people? If you're a so-called feminist, feel free to come up and share with me. Is multiculturalism beneficial to black people? Has it ever benefited black people to take their eye off themselves and focus on unifying with those outside of the community? We're at 1.2K. Keep tapping like, y'all. When we get to 2K likes, we're going to bring people up here. We're going to have a discussion, not a debate. Y'all need to stop trying to make things slurs. That's kind of weird. If there's a short way to spell black, then there can also be a short way to spell YT. Please stop it. Like, grow up. Like, that's just childish to me. Like what? Call me white. I am white, buddy. That's weird. Like, what the hell? You know what we're talking about? Jesus Christ. Like, it's kind of sick. Don't call me anything. Call me white, okay? If you don't call me white, you're being disrespectful to my whiteness. Like, what? Y'all are weird, man. Y'all are weird. White. You forgot the H, buddy. All right, we almost at 2K likes. Keep tapping like. Keep tapping like. Y'all are getting flagged. I see what's going on. Y'all are getting flagged by TikTok. I don't know what y'all down there typing. We must have one of them yeehaws in here because TikTok just tells me it's flagging people. Like, I don't know what's happening. TikTok said, what's good, brother? I don't know what's happening. We almost at 2K likes. Y'all keep tapping like. We're going to get to 2K, and I'm going to start bringing people up here. It was you, Laura. I don't know what's going on down there. So it just said flagged. I'm like, okay. Be careful. They do CGV people for comments. Trust me, I know. And I spelled it the inconspicuous way. She left. She was not ready. She was not with it. Majestic said nope. Ashley, could you give us your age, race, and pronouns, please?
Hello. Hi, my name is Ashley. I am 30. I am a Black queen, and my pronouns are they. So
Okay.
it says, do I believe that is what is it? How is feminism have helped with the Black people? So I feel as though I'm an old school kind of gal. And so I believe in a man taking care of the home. I believe in a man being a gentleman, being chivalrous. And I also believe in a woman, taking care of the kids. She can work if she wants to, if that's something that they both decide as a family. But her priority is her children and her family and God. So in modern day times, I do see a lot of new types of creative ways of living. I get it in some cases because I do believe that the cost of living is completely different from how it was back in the day.
Ashley, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I couldn't hear a thing you said. And I could hear myself, but I couldn't hear you that entire
Really?
time you were speaking. I'm so sorry. Could you run it back or just give
What
me a
part did
brief?
you leave off on?
No, you said your name, age. You said your age, race, and pronouns, and then I didn't hear nothing. I think TikTok is glitching a little bit. Um, I'm so
But
sorry.
you're okay. You can hear me now, though, right?
I can absolutely.
Okay, great. So I was
Okay.
saying that I am more of an old school traditional woman. So I do
Mm.
believe in a woman taking care, or I do believe in a man taking care of the home financially, obviously him being the man of the house, and the woman, taking care of the children, and she can work if she wants to, if that's something that they both decide as a family. However, I do know that now in modern day, times have changed. The cost of living is completely different. So I get how now some families may decide for women to contribute in other ways. But being a feminist to me, it just goes into just being a woman in general. I still feel as though we don't have to contribute to the household because I still feel like a man should do what he can to support in any shape, way, any fashion. So do I believe
Hmm.
it's helpful? Yes and no. If there's like an option.
Hmm. There's a lot to unpack there. So you support the idea of patriarchy, but you're a feminist?
Yes and no.
Um, I'm not sure that's how feminism works. I don't know what that is.
But are YT people inherently racist? Yeah. I feel like there's a bone in them, like that they just can't get rid of, even after generations and generations. it's just like in them to be that way. But I do feel like they grow up and they learn, different ways of life. Do I believe that all of them are racist? No, but I do feel like they got just this like hair or bone in their DNA that is just so
Okay, so
heavily.
now the second question matches the first question. So I see where you're coming from. Um, Interesting. So do you like cream in your milk?
Like cream in my milk.
Yeah.
I drink oat milk.
Okay. So do you you know what I'm saying?
What?
You like marshmallows in your vanilla ice cream?
No, I don't. That's too sweet.
Okay, okay, okay.
What you trying to say?
No, listen, I'm just asking questions, you know.
Okay.
Um cuz the second question, the first question and the second question had like a Eurocentric lean to it. You know what I'm saying? It kind of leaned
To what?
toward not the black community. It kind of leaned to like I like the way white family structures go, and I think that I'm traditional.
Well, I don't think that
Whose
all.
tradition is it that the man is the breadwinner of the house? Please, whose tradition is that?
You know what it is? I
Mm-hmm.
believe it just comes to what you've always, it's individual and what you've seen your whole life. So for me, I could be completely different from another black person just based off of how I was raised. And so my views are different. That doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going against my people. That never is the case. But I do believe that my outlook on life could be a lot different from somebody
It's
else
not
because
that
of
different.
seeing
It's really
something different.
Eurocentric because we know where it came from. So I don't want to make this about you specifically because then anything that I say is a critique of what you just said is going to sound like an attack on your like personal beliefs. So I try not to do that with people when they come up with their anecdotes. Like we're talking about systems and like groups of people. Let's keep it kind of in that space instead of
Yeah.
individualizing
I do
everything.
feel like the
You know
black
what I'm
people
saying?
are traditional still. Like I said,
Whose
you
traditions?
traditional going to like how lifestyle generations were raised. I feel like
But
if
whose traditions? Tradition comes from a people. So what
yeah,
people made the traditions that you're saying you naturally enjoy?
my black family and my black
That's all
people.
right, all right. So let's start with your black family, right? Because
Yes.
let's make it about them. Your
Mhm.
black family, are they American?
I have, yes, in my,
Okay. All
yeah.
right. Yeah. So let's keep it simple. I understand everyone's got kind of like something else as well. But so your black American family, were they like was your generations back, were they also American? Are
No.
you an African American?
Yeah, both of my parents are
Okay,
African.
so where did African Americans learn these traditions?
They learned them from Africa.
No,
No,
no.
but listen, okay.
Mm-mm. They didn't learn them from Africa.
But do you
They were
know the
disconnected
heritage
from
in
their
Africa?
traditions, their history, and their customs from Africa.
But do
And
you know the
they were
heritage?
stuck on a plantation where the only way that they could learn how to run their families and even how to discipline their children was from their slave master. So
The
what you're
black people.
saying,
Well, hold on,
the
but hold
words
on,
of,
because I don't necessarily think that you're
and
right.
that's
Because
the words of a feminist or a womanist author named Bell Hooks. She
okay, well,
talks
you know
about
that
this.
African indigenous people have a lot more than just like they taught white people and black people how to wash their bodies, how to eat properly, use a fork, use a spoon, use utensils
Use
to
a
eat.
fork and a spoon.
Absolutely.
No,
They taught
no,
people, yes, they did. They taught
no.
people, yes, they,
In
you know
Africa to
the
this day,
history.
they eat with their hands.
Okay, yes, but I'm saying they are the ones who invented how to use utensils to eat.
Mm-mm.
Yes, they are. Yes,
No, but what
100%.
I'm trying to say is that was before colonization that you're talking about when the Moors taught the Spaniards how to wash their ass. Like we can talk about that,
Well,
but
you're
your
asking
tradition of
African people.
patriarchy
You're asking your
doesn't come
question is
from
black.
Moorish
So,
culture.
so from
Every
black
time I
to
talk, you
me.
talk, but every time when you talk, I was silent. Remember? So and now every time I
Okay,
talk,
okay,
you
okay. Go
talk.
ahead. Go ahead.
So all right. So what I'm trying to say is the traditions that you speak of come from Europe. Come people that if you're African American brought your ancestors here against their will, non-consensually.
Okay, so you're talking about black. It says BLK up there.
Of
It says BLK. And black to me does not mean indigenous Africans. It means African Americans or African Europeans, people who are of this generation, maybe even a little bit, my parents and grandparents' generation who came over after, slavery. It doesn't necessarily mean indigenous Africans. So let's get back to the root of like modern day times, modern day black people. So what I was saying was, in not going back into African traditions, do I believe that, men should take care of the household and or men should be a man? Absolutely. I feel like a man should be a gentleman. A man should be chivalrous. A man should be respectful, okay, to women. She should not have to do certain things because she is treated like a lady, just and vice versa. He shouldn't have to have certain feminine or female duties, okay? Because we could really talk about it because he's a man, and I just feel that in my heart.
Hi, chime in really quick. So I was hearing what you were saying, about being traditional woman and traditional values. I don't know if you
Can
were
y'all hear me?
to feminism.
Hello, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
It keeps
It goes
it keeps going out.
out, it goes in and it goes out, so it's kind of a glitch. Sometimes I can hear, and then I hear myself.
Damn, my bad. I don't know what's going on today.
But I was okay. So as far as I think that you're comparing being traditional to feminism, which I really don't think are in the same breath. And I will say that because
No, I just think
most social justice movements, when it comes to Black people, have always been overtaken by people outside of our race. So feminism does not benefit Black women in any way. And most feminism that we hear of comes from a place of privilege. And usually these people are already wanting to have more access to benefits that they already have. So I don't, and then when we speak of traditionals and like being, like patriarchy, I think these are white terms that we're just adopting just because, we're in a foreign land and we're just thinking that that's like what we're supposed to do. But a lot of our teachings come from.
so. Patriarchy is a white term, but
I want to ask a
no,
question.
no, 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 no. What the hell? And I'm not even catching everything you're saying. I just keep like every time I can hear what you're saying, it sounds like some. So patriarchy is now a white term.
No, this is Majestic
Patriarchy
speaking.
is in
You can
English,
get the
so
other
it's a
girl.
white word. I understand that, but it's not something that existed solely in Europe. Mostly Abrahamic religions, places where they're prevalent, practice patriarchy, whether it's Islam, Judaism, or Christianity. So there's plenty of that on the African continent. There was a lot of matrilineal systems in Africa as well. But when we're talking about feminism, once again, we're talking about a system where, first of all, it lacks intersectionality in what's in the best interest of the Black people. You said that you like tradition where you said a man, what did you say? Like a man is like the breadwinner, um, things like that. You also said you weren't judgmental, so I respect you for that. Not judging other people. That's cool. Can y'all hear me? Or am I can you?
I can hear you.
It's doing it again. It's still doing it. All right. So my I don't know
You
why.
can hear me?
Yes, I hear you now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I
Keep
can hear
going in
you.
and out. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I don't know what's going on. So either way,
It doesn't
feminism
make a sense.
is Eurocentric. Patriarchy is not. You're wrong when you say that. That's not true. Feminism is, for thousands of years, white men have been subjecting their own women to mistreatment and second class citizenship. In the Middle Ages, women could not even leave the house. A lot of times they weren't allowed to have jobs. Even in Shakespeare's plays, later on, they weren't even allowed to act on stage. They would put men in dresses to be women, to play the roles of women. So we're not talk when we talk about the mistreatment of women as second-class citizens. We're not talking about Africa. The Kurukan Fuga in the year 1263 said that all women of the Mali Empire were equal to men and had the same rights as men, as any other citizen. We even went as far. It's still going in and out, y'all?
I can hear you.
Okay. So it even went as far as to say that slaves had rights. So talk about woke. We're talking in 1263. So that being said, we did not have a problem with patriarchy. We did not have a problem until we came to this continent. Those that do practice patriarchy, Europeans, that where we learned it from, they have, their men have the highest unaliving rates. They have a lot of divorce, and when they take surveys, their men are generally unhappy because they put themselves into these masculine boxes where they can't show emotion. They have to be a certain type of man, and they really feel like the weight of the world is on their shoulders, not only to just maintain control and authority in their house, but they make up 10% of the human population and try to control 90%. That's another thing. So, I don't think this is a system we should mimic, and I think the reason that some of us naturally feel so inclined to reproduce it in our own homes is literally because our ancestors walked off the plantation and tried to remake what they saw Massa doing.
This is Majestic speaking. I think that you confused me with Ashley, who was speaking.
Oh my God, I definitely did.
Yes,
Because it keeps going out. I'm sorry. It's messing up my whole show. All right, talk to us.
I was just saying, I can just repeat what I said. So
Yeah, I usually talk to one person at a time. Did you give us your age, race, and pronouns?
Oh, I did not. So
okay,
I'm 26,
introduce yourself. Yeah.
26. I'm not really into pronouns, but she, her, and then what was the last one? You said we said
race.
Age, race. Oh, I'm Black. Okay.
Okay. So
what I was saying is a lot of social justice movements usually are overtaken by feminism. And I'm not even going to say just feminism. I'm going to just say any Black movement has usually been lumped in with something else because it is easy to get people to listen when it comes down to, like, if we have a movement going on, we're going to already have people that are, attaching themselves to it just to get more people to listen, which is why Black women have adopted, some sort of feminism when it really doesn't apply to us. And I chimed in because I heard Ashley mention about traditional and being traditional. And I think that's why I had mentioned, I think that's saying patriarchy because those are white terms. And I will say that those are white terms because these are things that were practiced all over the world. However, Africans had a very different way that they viewed patriarchy, and as well as polygamous, relation, etc. And a lot of African women were actually worshipped in these,
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
So
because I took what you were saying in the context of what Ashley was saying because I thought y'all were the same person.
Oh
No.
no, but I was just saying
No.
that a lot
I
of
would say right.
feminist arguments
Okay.
usually come from a place of privilege, and they usually just want more privilege. Because if we really
Right.
think back to, centuries, or decades, we've never had any privileges. Usually, Black people in general, especially Black women, are overlooked when it comes to these conversations that actually matter to us.
Yeah.
So
Right.
being traditional is okay, I mean, I guess, but whatever you believe in. But I think this comes down to, and even down, this can even go into the culturalism question that's on here, basically saying that, it does not benefit us because usually when people are trying to chime in or have their 2 cents onto our issues, we usually get overlooked. I don't know if you guys seen like in recent years how we're kind of doing people of color versus like everybody versus like white. It really should be Black versus everybody. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? If I'm just being honest.
True.
Because we really do not associate or fit any of the criteria to be any of people of color. But that's just my spiel. I don't have anything else to say.
Absolutely. Well, I heard that. Thank you for giving us. Well, thank you for giving me more perspective. I'm sure everybody else had already heard you, but yeah, there was the scholars of Timbuktu, Ahmad Baba, and there's many more. Ahmad Baba is one of the more popular ones. When Islam was making its way across Africa through the Arabization of Africa. A lot of the Arabs came to buy and trade slaves in the name of Islam, and then there was those that in West Africa where Islam was touched, and began to practice that religion, where they still held on to the matrilineal system. And so there was kind of like a war back and forth. Not a war, but a war of words, basically between patrilineal and matrilineal Africans that practice Islam. And, that's basically Africans trying to still hold on to their roots while, practicing their religion. We've seen it here in America with the AME Church, in the beginnings of the AME Church, in Christianity. It was a radical Black Christian movement. But yeah, so I agree with you there. Ashley, did you want to talk some more? Cause I don't know what happened. I don't know where we ended.
Are we moving on to the next questions or?
You can do whatever you want. Talk about
Okay,
whatever you want.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think I
You
don't
can't
know if
see
you
me, but
heard
you
me when
can
I
hear
was
me on
saying,
this phone.
but like,
Yeah, I'm gonna come to you in a moment, LMJ.
Oh, I
I just
can
want
I
to.
can mute my mic from you, please.
thank you.
Can you what?
Can you mute my mic? Because I can't.
Oh,
It's not me.
I got you. I got you. I'll come to you in a moment. Go ahead, Ashley. Talk to us some more.
So I was saying, one of the questions I want to answer is, are white people inherently racist? I was saying, I don't know if you heard, but I like modern day. I'm not going back into like the ancient times or when I'm talking about like today's time. Do I think that they're inherently racist? I feel like yes. I think just in general, family history, shit that they talk about at their dinner tables at their house that they don't, you know what I'm saying? I feel like they do have a hint of racism, but I do feel like when they, just to come out in society, they do hide it. Do I think that everybody is racist? No, but I feel like inside of them somewhere is a little bit of racism. It is.
Okay, so what they
So,
talk about at their dinner
that's
tables is not how I would measure
in their
racism.
house. Oh, I do.
I mean,
Well, their
I'm not really too
families, like,
bothered by that. Honestly, if we could get racism to just shrink down to just table talk, that would be a win for us, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. If it was just mean words, if racism could just be mean words, Hey man, that's a win. I'm a black man. I'm my incarceration rate is crazy. My likelihood of making it past 65 is crazy. We can just get it to just table talk, and they're just mean people. That would be wonderful. But unfortunately, when we talk about white people being inherently racist, what we're saying is that it is an essential or permanent part of whiteness to be racist. There's no world where whiteness exists as a neutral category, a natural category of people. It's literally built to be racist. The term white is literally built to be supreme. So that's what that means. You know what I'm saying? It's not saying that hey, I believe there's good racists. You know what I'm saying? There's people out there, there's good people. You talk to them, they're
There's
wonderful
black people
people. You know what
too.
I'm saying? And they racist as hell. They
Yeah,
call
black
you
people are
yeah.
racist too. But I do, your question for me, when I'm looking at it, are they inherently racist? And what I mean by dinner table talk is like when they're being raised in the house of their own family and friends, what they talk about is what they believe in their house and what they, learn growing up. So, like I said, behind closed doors in modern day time, do I believe that they're still racist? Yes. But when they walk out, they can be whoever they want to be. But I do believe that they are still inherently racist a little bit.
I don't know. I don't know what the little bit means. I don't know what distinctions you're making there.
That's
It is inherent, no matter whether they talk, whether they don't have lips, and just a lot of them don't. But if they don't ever open their mouth at the dinner table, it doesn't really matter. As soon as they walk out that door, they are privileged, and that means that inherently they are racist.
that's
Race
what I said.
taught. Racism is not genetic. So these people who are acting in racism, it is coming from a very deep rooted disdain. And it's usually very covert. It's not like in the open. It's kind of like things behind the scenes. They can just like be happening, and you really wouldn't know that it's racism. But now I feel like it's actually a lot more overt than it's ever been. But people really don't see that because I feel like we as
I
black
feel it.
people, we
I feel like
focus
y'all are
on
talking about bigotry more than racism.
give me the difference as far as
Bigotry is when someone is acting rude and polite, perpetuating a system or narrative on their own behalf, as opposed to a caste system built to oppress black people. A caste system, literally, where white people are seen as superior and all other races inferior. So, we're talking about racism as a system of practice, and we're talking about whiteness as a category of superiority over all other people. There's no way, as long as we live in a racist society, as long as we live in an anti-black society, that a white person is not racist. Not saying that they're bad people. I know we want to put on a cape and save them. There's good racists, like I said. But the best white people, in my opinion, are anti-racist. And when I talk to the anti-racists, you know what they tell me? Hi, I'm racist, and I'm working on it. I work on it every day. Those are the ones. That's how they should sound. That should let everyone know. Oh, you know what? Still ain't gonna trust you, but at least I can nod my head to that. Okay, you know what I'm saying? You get half a finger snap. It's the bare minimum. It's just a little bit of empathy, common sense, critical thinking.
Do you
But
think that's a learned trait though? Because if they're working on it,
anti-racism is learned.
yeah.
Anti-racism is learned. Racism is inherent. Anti-racism is learned. I'm sorry. Anti-racism is learned. Racism is inherent. Children between the ages of 3 to 5, when shown a black doll and a white doll, and you ask them which one is more criminal, which one is more ugly, which one is more dangerous? They point to the black doll. So no one sat them down in the classroom. Mommy and dad didn't take the time and say, hey, black, bad, white, good. They already know because they live in a system of racism that has told them they are not like the darker people. And they see us and they feel like, well, I'm not like them. And everyone says I'm good. And whiteness implies purity, innocence till proven guilty. Blackness, what does that mean? We're guilty till proven innocent. And I feel that way every time I get in the elevator with a white woman. So, or when I go to the grocery store. I literally had a microaggression against me today. It was wild, but we'll talk about that another time. But yeah, long story short, inherent to the system of racism, whiteness as a category of people is racist. And anyone that is white then is going to be inherently racist, not innately racist. Sometimes we confuse inherently and innate. So don't come up here trying to say they're not born racist. Like, relax. You're not saying they're born racist. We're saying the system that they live under is racist. For example, if you jump into the ocean, you're inherently going to be wet. That is how it is. If we live in the ocean, we're inherently wet. So, because we're surrounded by water. I guess I'll go to the next guest. LMJ, could you give us your age, race, and pronouns? Can you unmute yourself? If not, I'm gonna invite you. Hold on. Let's see if you can unmute yourself. There you go.
Okay. 45, black, her, she.
All right, thank you. Talk to us.
No, feminism is not helpful to the black community because it promotes the destruction of the black family. It enables the woman to say, oh, I don't need a man. So therefore not wanting the man to protect the black family. Wait, no, I don't think so. Wait, people are black. Sorry, wait, people. Not pretty things. God, no.
You sound muffled, LMJ. Can't hear you.
No, sorry, no. No, I don't think that we pray to the same God. I think that they force their God on us. Yes, white people are inherently racist because if they figure out that our total comfort means that a little bit of discomfort for a majority group of their people, you would see the other side come out of the ones that's been next door saying, oh, I got a black friend. I can't really see the next one. You could tell me the last one. I can't see it.
Does multiculturalism benefit black people?
Not, nope. We need, right now, black people need separation. Because we need separation to deal with the internal issues that we have as a people. Because we have a lot of internal issues. Because a lot of we people don't even know themselves. So before we get to mingle with other people, we need to get together as a collective and as a people, get to know ourselves, get grounded in ourselves, get back to we God, get back to how we're supposed to be functioning. And then it's too late, and not even then, because we don't know how that road can go down. So yeah, I just think that we need to come together as a people first, deal with the internal issues, get strong as a people. And you don't know my stance on that.
All right.
Yeah.
I heard that. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Let's get back to we God, she said. Where you from, sister? Where you say you from?
Oh, I'm from Barbados.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah. All right, cool. Yeah. Well, hey, man, shout out to, is it Bajan? Is that how you say Barbados?
Yeah,
People from
I'm
Barbados?
Bajan. I'm Bajan.
Bajan.
Barbadian.
Shout
Yeah,
out to the
Barbadian
Bajan
for the
brothers.
more, yeah, Barbadian for the more formal setting, but Bajan is for everybody. Bajan.
Oh, okay. Wait. So, where's people from Barbados? What is the name for that?
All right, like in English you would say, or in the proper English you would say we are Barbadian.
Barbadian. All right. Shout out
Right.
to
But in
my.
dialect, if we dialect, you could say we's Bajan. So you right on
Oh,
both
okay.
ends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody told me that when I was young. I just could.
Yeah.
I didn't want to mispronounce or say something wrong. But shout
Yeah,
out to
you're
my
right.
Bajan and Barbadian brothers and sisters. All right. Thank you for that word, LMJ.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go to the next guest. Um, Kron, what's good, brother? The mellow sphere. Could you give us your age, race, and pronouns? Thank y'all. Mellow sphere. Are you here?
Yes.
Okay. What's going on?
Hello, Brother Legend. Hello to the panel.
Hello, hello. What's good? Give us your age, race, and pronouns, please.
I'm 56. She, her, anything that has to do with a real woman.
Be Go ahead. Talk to us.
And what else? Did I miss anything? So the topic, does multiculturalism benefit Black people? So I was thinking there's like a couple of ways that we could look at that, and it's been so much controversy on the internet about how different cultures can support each other or not support each other. But if we're talking about different cultures within the Black race, that's, as far as from a diaspora point of view, I think that we could benefit from having people from different
Uh,
cultures.
yeah, I hear you, but that's not. I mean, you took it to a different place. Then that's generally when people say multiculturalism. Um, I never heard the term multi-racism. multi, but when they say multiculturalism, it usually
Well,
means people of different backgrounds and races, things like that. It doesn't usually mean within the diaspora.
right. I
Yeah,
got that. Because that was my first thought. My initial thought was on that side of it, but I just
yeah.
wanted to point that out because
I would say we kind of have one culture as a black people, pretty much. I mean, there's different manifestations, different expressions
I wish
of
I
the
wish
same
other
culture.
people knew that though.
Yeah.
The problem we have right now is that not a lot of people are conscious enough. Let me just, for lack of a better word, let me just say that. But anyway, I think that's a positive thing. Now, on the flip side, my answer would be no. And there's a couple of issues or topics, current events going on today that really are good examples of how multiculturalism does not benefit us. One of them is the whole war with Israel and Palestine. They are the media and all the propaganda. They're trying to pull Black people in. Don't you want to take a side? Don't you want to? And the Palestinians and
Yeah.
all of this messaging and misinformation that's being put out to try to connect us
I
some way
know.
into this Israel.
Somebody said, somebody said, somebody said what connects us, one of the things that connects us rather to the Palestinians is that the colors on their flag look like watermelon. I dead ass. I swear to God, I
Are you?
really saw that video here on TikTok. She said, "Watermelon is a fruit that comes from Africa, and da 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 da, and we're really connected because they use watermelon in their Palestinian cartoons
That is
because
so
of the
absurd. I mean,
colors." Yeah.
in that case, we're probably connected to a gazillion things having to do with watermelon.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so crazy how every day we're just inundated with that. And I think the best we can do is just stay out of it. You can go all into the historical connection, biblical, what have you, all of whatever is relevant with that. But we need to learn how to really just stand our, sort of guard, if you will, our space so that we can focus on what we have going on, because we have our own things that we need to focus on. And nobody comes to, rescue us and say, "Oh, free, free Black Americans," whatever slogan you could come up with, deliver, somebody has to die in the street like a George Floyd, and then that's an opportunity, right?
Yeah.
That becomes an opportunity for people. It's not really a group of people saying we're going to lift up Black Americans. We don't get that, but they always expect us to come, to that type of rescue. Another issue that is floating around on that same note is with the Puerto Ricans and Latinos claiming that they have 50-50 ownership with Black people of hip hop culture. Absolutely absurd. So, just giving those two examples, no, we're not benefiting at all. It's like a constant battle to gatekeep our culture and because they want to snatch and steal and gain, some type of identity from us. It's like a parasitic, monster that just won't go away, and we have to slay that dragon every time it rears its ugly head, every opportunity.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard that.
So yeah, that's
That's real.
Hello.
Hello. Give us
Hello.
just a moment. I want to make sure my sister landed a plane. I'll get to you soon.
Sweet.
Melosphere, did you have anything else? Or that was it.
Oh yes, I'm good. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you, family. All right, y'all. Keep tapping like. Thank you for getting us over 25K. I'm gonna change the topic when we get to, let's say, we get to 35. I'll change the topic. African advice. Could you give? Well, you've been up here before, brother. What's going on?
Oh, what's up, man? How are you doing?
I'm well.
But age, race, and pronouns?
Yeah, go ahead if you want. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. 25, black, Kenyan, Jamaican, and I'm a man.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, of course, my answers to the second one. Do black and white people pray the same God? White people do not practice Christianity at all. So the answer would be no. At least not in its actual form.
Yeah.
Are white people inherently racist? Yes. Does multiculturalism benefit black people? No, it does not. And the thing is, I mean, you can look at the most racially diverse countries today and see what a societal mess they are. But, I mean, we could even look with desegregation. The black American community, when they desegregated and integrated with, the whitey people, right? Malcolm X warned about a lot of, what would happen and what's happening today. A loss of independence, being able to have self-determination. So it's like, multiculturalism really doesn't benefit any singular group, especially not black people. No society, no stable society has ever been built through racial diversity. They're always usually the most chaotic and unstable societies, the United States being a textbook example of instability and chaos. And how is feminism helpful to black people? It is absolutely not. And I've said this many times, it's a social engineering scheme And the people who created it really intended from the very beginning to target other groups of people, specifically black people, to destroy them, their family structures, their way of life, and the way they do things. And that's exactly why, a lot of leaders, and feminism and also the other movements that sort of tie into it and go hand in hand with it. That's why on the continent, there's been a lot of resistance from it from certain leaders, like Ibrahim Traore, Museveni,
Yeah.
William Ruto, and those guys, Mugabe. They said that it's like these Western ideologies, these things are very parallel to our cultures, and
Right.
very destructive, and we don't want it,
Because we
right?
believe
And
in
we,
it in its true form. We believe that women should have equal everything to men, right? Like
well, yeah,
equality, right? So we
exactly,
in
and
our culture we had that before the Europeans. So we didn't have to have feminism because we believe
no,
that. But the
and we
problem
still
is,
don't, yeah.
yeah, the problem is white women don't want to be equal to me, and I'm a man, right? So it's about equal equality, right? So men being equal to women, they don't want to be equal to me. They don't want our incarceration rates. They don't want our illiteracy rates. They don't want, you see what I'm saying? They don't want our
Yeah.
unaliving rates. No, they want to be equal to white men. So what they really want is more privilege, not equality, and that's why they don't turn around and try to help black women. In what goes on in our communities, it's only been divisive. So that's the
And
thing.
and the thing is, even though, yes, you could look at, even though most African cultures have been, patriarchal or historically, the thing is, when people think of patriarchy, they automatically think of inequality, and that's not always the case, right? I mean,
Mm,
yes, in our cultures, there are, different roles for men and women, but they're both respected roles, right?
mm,
They're very respected in both their roles, men and women, and it's usually been, has always been that way, right? And then Westerners, with their perspective, look on the outside and say, like, it's oppressive to women, it's oppressive to women. Well, no, it's not, right? It's that's how our
mhm.
cultures operate, and it's not oppressive at all, not even in the
I would say
slightest. And
I would say matrilineal societies, I feel like are the most equal. There
oh,
are patrilineal societies. Patriarchy and patrilineal not the same thing though. I feel like what you're talking
oh,
about is
right,
more
right. It,
patrilineal.
yeah, it's
Patriarch
property, right?
Right. Well, yeah, patrilineal, yeah, it's basically inheritance, how the society is run, like you're part of the tribe if your father is part of the tribe as opposed to your mother.
Yeah.
Patriarchy, however, is built to exclude women from power. So that's where it gets kind of
Ooh.
it's hard to say that that one's going to be fair. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
But as
Oh, I mean,
it's
yeah.
a semantic thing,
Yeah.
but I know what you mean.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I guess. And you know what?
Hmm.
Even then, I'm not gonna now, as I'm speaking, I'm not gonna go on a tangent and say that, our cultures are absolutely perfect or without flaw. No.
Mm.
Right?
Yeah.
Obviously nothing's perfect, but I will say that it's much better than the chaos and confusion that we see in the West.
Hmm.
That at least I can say. But yeah, I think in some
Yeah.
areas there could be some work to be done, and improvement still.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, appreciate you. Thank you for the answers.
You,
What's good, D? You wanted to talk to us? D. Oh, she probably not even here.
Oh, hello, and welcome to Brother Legends Live. You are in Brother Legends Live. I need you to tap that screen, you guys. Where are y'all at? You are not tuning in tonight. I need you to tap that screen. We need 50K right now. Turn it up, tap, tap, tap. Share the live. Invite your friends, your frenemies, okay, and your enemies. We are here for the foolery and the coonery. You guys, tap the screen, share the live. Make sure you subscribe. Subscribe to Brothers Live and also subscribe to his YouTube. You guys, Here you can learn, we clown, we fool, and we have fun. But for most of all, you get educated. I don't mind being the one giving a little pushback, but at the end of the day, you're gonna get read one way or another. But I'll say it like I always do: hop in the tub.
Yeah, I cannot with you.
All right, y'all,
Thank
tap
you,
that
G.
screen.
You really need to make this a show. It would be
She is
hilarious. The
hilarious.
ratings would be off the roof.
Thank you, D. Shout out to you. All right. I'm about to change the topic, y'all. Michael.
Michael.
Give us your age, race, and pronouns, please.
G'day. My age is 18. My race, I'm native New Zealander, so we are called Māori. Māori, yeah. Māori and Egyptian. Quite a strange mix. And what was the other pronoun? I'm a he, him. Is that how you say it? Yeah, I'm not very used to that. But with your topic, the feminism one, I don't really know. But when it comes to religion, do black and white people pray to the same God? Now, I'm Muslim. And the POV of a Muslim, we believe that there's no difference. We are all human. We believe that Allah, or God, created black, white, whatever color, I cannot, it's hard to say it in English, but in Arabic, if I could explain it in Arabic, but no. We believe that they do pray to the same God in a Muslim aspect. Now, before I was Muslim, I was Christian, Orthodox Christian, and we were always taught that there was an Ethiopian church, the Orthodoxy, and they were praying to the same God as the Europeans before the Europeans knew about Christianity. So when it comes to that, I do believe that they do pray to the same God. Multiculturalism.
I don't know. You kind of taking this. It's a thing, man. I ask the questions, and sometimes people just take it like a different direction.
Oh, yeah,
like,
sorry about
you're
that.
not black or white. You're not talking about the God that black and white people are usually, correlating to when we talk about the discussions of religion. You're talking about Arabs, and you're Egyptian and Maori, and you're trying to make it like we're talking about black and white people, right? So let's kind of bring it back. You know what I'm saying? So we're talking about black people and white people, right? We're talking about two racial categories in a caste system built to oppress, right? We're talking about that, right? And even if you want to talk about Arabs and if you want to talk about West Asian Arabs and Africans, can they pray to the same God after Islam was used to enslave people? Not saying Islam was used entirely to enslave people, but it was used as a justification to enslave our ancestors before the Europeans. So if you're saying that black and white people can pray to the same God, then that's the same thing as saying the slave and the master can have the same God. Whose prayers does he answer?
He answers any prayers.
So he answers the slave's prayers?
They are equal to us. So in Islam,
all right. So does God punish the wrongdoers?
He does punish the wrongdoers. It's actually a part.
So then, why do the wrongdoers worship? Why do the wrongdoers pray to the same God?
It is up to them. They don't have to pray to the same God.
They do.
But
so whose God does the answer? Because I'm trying to understand. If you're telling me to believe in something, right, and you're telling me God punishes evil and he rewards good, but then this person's version of good is enslaving my people, and you're telling me that these people that are praying that are enslaved are praying for freedom, which would be bad to the people that want you to be slaves. How are they both praying to the same person? And you're telling me this person exists, right? This God exists, and he's helping enslave them, but they're still grateful for the slave. Like how do you justify any of this? I'm confused.
No, it's haram to treat.
But it wasn't haram. It wasn't though. It was but it wasn't. And to this day,
I
in
believe-
Islamic countries, in Arabic Islamic countries, they do still have slavery. And they had slavery even back as far as the Ottoman Empire. So they practiced Islam. Nobody said it was haram. No one said that's haram. We got to stop this, guys.
Yeah.
No, that didn't happen. There were some that spoke up. We know about them.
Yes.
And shout out to them. But it didn't stop the rest of the Islamic people. It's like saying the same thing about Christianity. It is against the 10 Commandments to unalive somebody. Yet they hung us by trees and went to dinner. So they were still doing it. The thing is, Arabs and Europeans both use religion for political reasons. And then we get the certain people that believe in the ideology so much, such a pure form, that they're a little bit naive to how it's being used against people. And I hear what you're saying. You know, the idea sounds great, but it is used politically by people that say they practice it, but they really don't. They don't give a damn about haram. They enslaved millions of people, and do to this day. So,
there was a minority that did such a horrible thing.
No, it wasn't a minority. It was the largest slave trade to exist in human history. It wasn't a minority.
Also, before Islam, because it's a young religion, it was also paganism. Now, the pagan Arabs, who we call kuffar, or disbelievers, they had a lot of slaves. Now, they were the ones who were doing a lot of slavery. And when they came into Islam, they would still have their slaves, but it was in the Quran, it was revealed that if you have a slave, you treat them as they are equal to you. You do not treat them like an animal. You feed them, you do all this stuff. For example, Khalid bin
And
Walid.
yet they still do in Saudi Arabia to this day. Isn't that crazy? I hear what you're saying, but the Muslim people still do it. If Islam's goal was to enlighten mankind, this is the words of John Henry Clark, they have failed at their mission. They have failed. You can't deny that. Even as a Muslim, I would sit here and be like, you know what? It ain't working. We might have to switch up something. I don't know. But there was still slavery at the hands of Muslims. So you understand? I understand you want to think you were the good ones, and most of them were the good ones. No, man. I'm sorry. No, that wasn't the case. Look up the words of even Ahmed Baba, where he said to the Arab slave traders which people could be enslaved. He said those that are uncivilized and did not believe in Abrahamic religion. He was like, those are the ones that can be enslaved. He just so happened to not mention his own tribe. Of course, a little bit of chauvinism there on his behalf. But either way, there was plenty of Muslim slavery. I'm sorry, we're not going to call it Muslim slavery. We're going to call it the Eastern slave trade. See what I'm saying? I'm being as fair as I can, but Islam was definitely a justification tool that was used to enslave people.
Yeah, well, also, now it's haram for me to debate on my own religion, so I'm just going to switch to Christianity. My country was obviously colonized by the British, and they used Christianity as a justification to colonize our country. Now, there's a lot of religions in New Zealand, here in New Zealand, multi-religions that are based off Christianity. And we have
accountability haram?
Accountability, what do you mean by that?
I mean, if you were to critique your religion, right? That's haram?
Yeah, we can critique the religion, but it depends on what you're going to critique. So if it's a part of the Quran, it's haram. If it's like if you go beat your wife and try to say, it says this, then that's very haram. You cannot switch the words of the Quran.
Yeah, it sounds like a slave religion to me.
Oh, wait, I just read a
I
comment.
hear you, man. That's tough, man. I mean, what God doesn't like critical thinking? I mean,
I do not base my life off religion as well.
Okay. Well, I'm not judging you. I'm just saying that religion sounds crazy. I mean, we can debate Christianity. I understand. God is omniscient, omnipotent, and omnipresent. I understand that. If that's what you believe, the God of Abraham, but he can't take a little debate. That's crazy.
Oh, we can debate upon it. Yeah, it's just
Oh,
that
okay.
I'm still learning Islam. I'm still a new revert. So it'll be, if I muck something up, it could be, there's a lot of people
Yeah.
here, and they could just take that all in and spread it out, and it's just not.
Well, I would say, either way, I hear what you're saying, but you're not speaking from either side of the board, So,
Okay.
it's a bit, why are you going to come up here and, you know what I'm saying? Because you're not white or black, and we're talking about white and black people praying to the same God.
My
we're talking
ancestors Irish, so I'm half.
Irish
On the
is
Māori
not
side, yeah.
white, so
We consider it
Irish.
white here in New Zealand.
nah, it's not.
They're
It's
called
not considered
Pākehā.
white anywhere. There are black Irish people. Did you know that? There's black people
Yeah,
in
I do know
Ireland.
that there's
All
black people
right,
in Ireland,
so
but
then
they
it's not
come
white.
from. They're part of the UK. Have you seen an Irish person?
Are you serious?
They're white. They're Celtic.
No, Irish isn't a race.
There's black Irish, and you just admit that there are black Irish people.
But they were, oh my God, they're not born.
So,
How do I explain this? They're from slaves from the
riddle me
United
this,
Kingdom.
sir.
They went to
They're from
Ireland.
slaves. What the hell?
Well, the
Wow.
United Kingdom had slaves,
Wow.
and some took them to
Yo,
Ireland.
you
I'm
can't
not
be
trying to
serious.
say this. But
You can't
They
be
were-
serious.
there were not any black people in Ireland.
Oh wow! Just because they're black and they live in Ireland, they were slaves, huh?
Yeah, they're descendants from
Oh wow!
the United Kingdom. I understand had slaves at the time, and they all went throughout the United Kingdom.
And these are the people that come up and defend the religions of colonizers. This is what I'm trying to say. That's crazy, bro.
I
Hey
was
man,
colonized.
you do your history. You do your. I know you were. That's why you're ashamed to have come up here and said what you just said. That's extremely ignorant what you just said. To assume that black people are just slaves, like that's wild, man. That's wild.
No, not just the. They are descendants of. They're not slaves anymore.
No,
but
they're
were
not all the
descendants
descendants of slaves. Every black person is not the descendant of a slave.
of. No, I do know that.
That's a
but
stereotype.
The United Kingdom had them, but because the United Kingdom abolished it first. Because it was seen wrong, it was wrong, and so those Irish people were free in Ireland, and they had.
You know who abolished it last? Arabs.
Okay, I'm not Arab.
Because it's still going on in Muslim countries today. Countries that call themselves Islamic states, it still goes on today. So, you know what I'm saying? Like,
What was the point of you reading the title, right? And I want to ask anyone this that's not, the topic doesn't necessarily pertain to them. What makes you want to come up and speak to it?
Speak to
Any of it? And it says
he wants to come up here and defend white people in Islam.
no. I hate
That's
white
what he
people.
wants to do. Yes, you did. I'm part Irish. Why did you have to tokenize that? Like, bro, you're not Irish, man. You're not white. Like, come on, what are we doing, man?
No. So, in my culture, okay, whoever you descend from, you are them. Māori. We have a different way of thinking.
Oh, so that means that if a bunch of Irish people came to where you're from and just started doing stuff to women, there would be no more Māori people?
Well, they tried to do that. The English tried to kill us all off and then breed us out. But I understand my ancestor married a chiefess because we had women that were in power. He married her as it was like peace between the two peoples. Because where I'm from, that's what they do. They bring peace through marriage.
I get a lot of New Zealanders, I'm not going to lie. That's how I even know what Māori means. Like, I've had
good,
so many of y'all, I've had some of y'all come up here and claim to be black, and now I found an Irish one. So, I found a Muslim Irish one up here today.
So I'm Māori, but like that, my ancestor who married a Māori, the Māori chiefess, my other ancestor, okay, was Irish. And we believe that you have his blood, so you
I
are.
don't understand what exactly is the benefit of the
There's
conversation.
no such thing as Irish
I
blood.
don't know. You just brought it up.
There's no such thing as
Like,
Irish blood.
what made you come up here?
I just seen the
What
white. Oh, the
intrigued
blood
you?
one. White and I don't know. I just
Yeah,
wanted to debate.
that's what you want to stand on, huh?
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I don't know what the.
Y'all don't
Well,
love
it's
us
like-
because y'all just torturing the heck out of brother. Like, where the paws at?
Yeah, y'all could have been sent them balls, but it's cool, man. Have a nice day, Mikhail. We got a new prompt up here. We want to talk about some other things.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Let's keep it pushing. Rob, could you give us your age, race, and pronouns? Talk to us.
Hey, and Rob the God. It's 36. He, him, obviously. Black greatness. How you doing?
Thank you, Rob. What's going on?
Hey,
Talk to us.
so I remember the last time we talked on this. I kind of had to do a speed blitz, so now I actually can dive in on this. Again, with the can interracial relationships be problematic? I've already said this before. It is going to be problematic because one person is going to have to basically water down who they are to appease the other person. Most of the time is going to be the black person who has to water down who they are to appease the white half. I saw a video today where a white woman even told her boyfriend that basically being with a black man is not a flex. It's mainly
did a white person say that?
Yes, a white woman said this to her
It's a
boyfriend.
YouTube couple.
Yeah.
She said,
That-
all right, hold on. So a white woman told white people that being with a black man isn't a flex?
No,
Or did she tell black men?
She told
Oh,
her
so she was telling the-
boyfriend
She
that
told her
he's
boyfriend.
CYT, and that to her community, being with him is not a flex. It is actually a downgrade.
It is.
Yeah.
And so he was like, I don't believe that. And she was like, well, I'm white, and I'm telling you, it's not.
She keeping it real with that brother.
But he
need to wake up.
He still got
Yeah.
a pregnant.
Oh yeah, he in the tapioca, but you know what I'm saying? Like that's facts actually. He don't get the cream of the crop, you know, the cream. He don't get the cream of the crop, you know what I'm saying?
So, like I said, it's problematic because you have situations like that. The one person is going to have to basically water down and basically sacrifice who they truly are to appease, again, the white half of the family, because now you have to sit there and shuck and jive and yesa massa to basically make them see you as either they're equal or make you believe that you're one of the good guys. So therefore, that's where it becomes problematic.
That's one of the ways it becomes problematic.
Right. One of the many.
Absolutely.
That's just one example.
Yeah, one of many. Oh man, it gets so deep.
Right.
Absolutely. I don't see how it cannot be problematic. In my whole almost 13 months of hosting this live, no one has convinced me it's not problematic. I just put can it be problematic because I switched it up from R interracial relationships problematic to can, because I'm always surprised by the people that are so quick to boldly say with all their chest the answer to that is no, and then give me a reason that is bullshit. But I challenge anyone to try to change my mind.
Now, to answer the second one, is it a preference or a fetish? Again, if they're basing it off of their skin color, it's a fetish. It is not a preference. A preference comes down to character traits, such as, are they athletic? Are they this? Are they that? Are they tall? Are they short? Are they skinny? Are they fat? Are they built? Those are preferences. When it comes down to, oh, I'm going to date this person because they're black and black is exotic. That's a fetish.
Yeah, exoticism.
Okay? And I can't fathom why people get that confused.
Yeah.
Can you be pro-black with a non-black spouse? Okay, what about biracial people?
I don't know what that. Don't answer the. we'll get to them. They.
I'm gonna go back to the thing.
Uh-huh.
Can you be pro-black with a non-black spouse? Again, different people say it differently. Me, I'm gonna say you can be black supportive, but you cannot be pro-black. To be pro-black, to me, means you're trying to look out for the betterment of the community to basically grow your community. How can you grow your community if you're not adding on to the community by creating more blackness?
Yeah.
Okay? You can support black. You can support black-owned businesses. You can support black voices. You can march. White people march.
I think they should do all the marching.
Okay?
I think we should just kick our feet up and they go do all the marching because it's they daddies that have the issue. So your granddaddy's got the problem. Y'all go march for granddaddy.
So that's why I say you can be black supportive, but you cannot be pro-black. And again, with the last one, can black and white cultures fully coexist in a healthy relationship, family? Well, first of all, we have to dive into what exactly is white American culture. I had to emphasize American because a lot of people like to say, oh, well, I'm Italian. Okay, that's Italian culture. There's
Right.
black Italians. Oh, I'm, as the other guy just said, Irish. There's Irish black people. There's
Right.
Irish culture. But white people in America, their culture would basically be thievery and mass unaliving. So therefore, you cannot coexist with someone's culture that is meant to destroy your culture.
Right. Yeah. I heard that. It's like you said earlier, you gotta lean one way or the other.
Right.
Absolutely. Appreciate you.
No problem.
All right, y'all. Keep tapping like. We have 50K likes. I thank y'all all for tapping like as we go through these questions. I'm going to keep going to the next guest. Let's try to get to 100K tonight. I know it's a Tuesday night. This is usually the slowest night, to be honest, on my lives. I don't know about other people, but I'll go to the next guest. Who is next? Oh, Femme Fatale. Give us your age, race, and pronouns, please.
Good evening, family. Peace and love to y'all.
Peace.
Age, race, and pronouns. I am 36 years old. I am mixed race, black, white, and Native American. She, her.
So
What's that so
I
about?
know why you laughing, cause you know damn well.
Why?
You know
Why?
damn well.
I'm curious.
You know damn well.
No, now you can't
You know
just scroll
damn
past it.
well.
What do I know?
You came out of one woman and you are one person. You know damn well.
Yeah, I know that.
You are not the result of a threesome. So that being the
Okay.
case,
Where are we going with that one, boo?
I asked you your race, and you decided to give me 3 things that make up maybe what your parents and grandparents were, instead of just telling me what your race is.
My race is biracial. I claim it. I claim them all. That's my truth. I choose not to choose one box on the application. It's either other or
So that
multiple.
lets me know that you have one black presenting parent.
Of course, I am. Well, my story is a little bit weird. My biological father is black and Native
Because only
American.
that much anti-blackness comes from a black person that don't want to be black. But we can talk about it another time. This is not
I
maybe
mean,
the
that's
live
cool.
for it.
No, no,
Let's move on back. No. You
I'm not
biracial.
butthurt
You ain't
about
one
it
of
at
us.
all.
I'm sorry. Listen, go ahead. Yeah, you ain't one of us. You biracial. All right, cool.
It's all good. It is all good.
It's
I
great. It's
understand
gravy.
white spaces and black spaces.
It's
Like it's like one or the other. Our, input is usually not accepted. It's not
Yeah,
widely
because it's
accepted.
anti-black. Because you have that own self-hatred. So we don't want you to project that onto us. We're immediately going to be defensive.
And I understand that. I mean, I came in here with nothing but peace, love, and understanding, so I don't understand where that
Then you
hatred is
should have
coming
just
from.
said you was black. I don't know.
I'm
You
not.
said you
I'm
was
biracial.
biracial. All right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But can I ask that question of
The interracial dating.
This is part of why
Yes,
interracial
it
dating is
is.
problematic, y'all. Confused ass black people. That's
and that's
what
fine too. That is totally
they be
fine.
confused as
If you
hell.
need me, if you need me to be confused, that is completely fine.
About
Mind you, in elementary school, it was a black woman that told me that I should not exist. So
that's
I
crazy.
was and when I was explaining to y'all my family situation, like I said, father's black, biological mother's white, and I was adopted into a racist white family because
Here
the
we go.
lawyer lied to them and said I was mixed with white and Hispanic. So they didn't even
We
know that I
catch
was
the
half
hell
white,
though.
close
The
to
black
Indian.
community catches the hell for what the YT people do to y'all every time. That's
What do
so
you mean?
strange. Okay,
Like,
so
what do
you're
you mean?
telling us you're biracial, right? So
Absolutely.
what do you identify? How do you? What's biracial? It's not a race. So what do you identify as? Like on your driver's license.
But
Yep.
while I'm looking for that,
Were you
what's
talking?
Oh,
the self hatred
were
thing?
you
Like, why do you
talking? It
think
got
that we hate
quiet as hell.
ourselves?
Yeah, you went out. If you were talking, I don't know if you were.
I'm sorry, I dropped my headphone out my ear. I'm back now.
Oh,
Can y'all hear
okay.
me?
So I asked you, like, on your driver's license, what does it say your race is?
Yeah, right. I'm literally looking for that right now. That's why
Oh,
I dropped
okay.
my headphones.
Gotcha.
I asked the question in the midst
She
of me
look
trying to
black to
find my
me. I don't know.
But you out. We can't hear nothing.
Hey, yo,
hello.
somebody go to the profile. Tell me. I don't
Yeah,
Me
go
know.
too.
look at me. Like, go check me out.
Me too.
Yeah, I
Very
mean,
much.
Go
listen.
Very
check
much.
me out.
Someone said she is black.
No. Listen. I'm not here to judge
Hey,
nobody
yo.
identify, but phenotypically, you look black. I'm just saying,
Okay.
on your driver's license, what does that say?
Girl, still looking. Hold on, because I got a big old bag I bring with me to work, and I'm getting ready to go out the door. So just bear with me. I asked you guys why do y'all think we're confused though? Like biracial people are
It's not.
confused when we
It's not
Y'all
even
are
confusion. It's beyond confusion.
why? Because we won't choose a side.
But no, it's not about choosing a side.
choosing a side.
They
That's
gonna
funny.
tell you who you are. Don't let them tell y'all who
Okay,
y'all are.
that's actually the response
The
I was
side is
expecting
chosen for
from you
you.
guys.
You
Like,
just don't want to choose the losing
But
side. So
okay,
you're trying
so let
to
me show.
find some like middle ground and not choose a side. Like, why wouldn't you want to choose a side? Because being black is the shit. So why would you not want to choose? Do you want to be part of a culture that enslaves people? I don't know. What part of whiteness are you proud of that you cling on to so much?
what part of whiteness am I proud of?
Yeah, because
I'm
you
fucking
said I'm
proud
black,
of my
white, and
DNA and
native.
the body that I was
So
born
what?
in.
So you
That
said
is
I
all.
claim all sides. So what about whiteness do you fight so hard to claim when your ass look like Halle Berry?
That, oh, yeah, I'll take that compliment. Hello. But no, like that's what I'm saying. Like my DNA is what it is. My body is what it is. Like that's just it. Like I was born this way. Like
But
why is that an issue?
you said two key things to me. You said you were all those different things, and then you said you were adopted by a racist white family. So the
Absolutely.
world already teaches black people to be anti-black and hate themselves, and it being in an environment where these people treat you a certain way, treat you how to hate yourself. Why would you want to say you black?
Because
Because why
everybody
wouldn't
else
I want
gonna
to say I'm
treat you
black?
as black. Everybody's gonna look at you and say
They
you
reminded
black,
us she was
but
black
you
every day of her
gonna have
life.
to remind everyone for the rest of your life. Wait, no, I'm biracial. Wait, don't
Okay,
stop.
well, what
I'm
is it?
biracial. Wait, I'm biracial. I don't hate my blackness, but I'm biracial. Everyone needs to know. I need to make
Okay,
sure
baby.
y'all don't get me
No, I
confused
feel
with
you.
them over there. I'm not one of them. I'm biracial.
I don't want to be
So,
confused with any one group because here's my truth that I've lived through, witnessed,
but
experienced.
see, that's the
Like
thing. It's a
facts
social
for me.
construct.
Just
So
facts
why
for
would
me.
you reimagine a oppressive social construct instead of just acknowledging that the way the world operates, you're black, and then coming to join with us and just being in the black community, building with us, doing what we got to do.
Okay, so
Like
can you
why
agree
would
that
you,
you have
instead
to
of
be
that, why
that
would you other
inherently?
yourself from us and then make up your own rules to race where there is no such thing as hypo descent, and you're for some reason not black, you're a whole new thing. Like, where is
Absolutely,
biracial
I am.
land? What do biracial people eat? Do they have
Absolutely.
a religion
Mine
or a
is
music?
in my
Where can I
own little
find
bubble,
this
my own
culture?
little universe. That's where it is. It's just my truth. That's all is my life. It's how I was born into this
So
world. I have
what
We
absolutely
call
nothing
that,
against
you know
that.
what we call that?
And do you hold on, wait, can I
Psychosis.
host, can I ask you a question on what you said right before I made that comment? Do you agree that a statement requires me to deny or hate my white
Ooh,
descent?
hate is
Like,
such a
can you
strong
agree that
word.
you're asking me to hate and
No one
deny
told
my
you to
white
hate
descent?
anything. No one told you to hate anything.
No,
You're
I know
not
you didn't
white.
say that. I'm
You're not
asking you,
white.
does
You're not
that
white.
inherently
You're not
comprehend?
white. You're not white.
No, I'm not.
All
I
right.
am not
So then
absolutely
if you're
not.
not white, you can't claim it. That's it. That's how whiteness works. Do you understand? It's the most exclusive community in the racial hierarchy. They exclude. That's why they call you, that's why they call all of us people of color, because they are people without color and your color makes you inferior to them. So they call you all people with color, people of color. And they are themselves people without color. Your color is what others you from the community. So that being the case, it clearly shows you how race works. Whiteness is exclusive of all other races, and it's specifically meant to exclude blackness. So if you got black in you, that is the thing that holds you back from being white. And you coming up here saying that you claim whiteness being with color is ridiculous, because you can't be with color and without color at the same time.
But I can be exactly what I am all at the same time because I am.
No, you can
That's
be
just what it
crazy.
is.
You can be delusional. You can be all of those things. No one's stopping you from that.
I sure
I'm just
can.
telling you it's a form of psychosis that we put ourselves under because of our internalized self-hatred. It's a shame. But I was going to let you rock, to be honest. You want to be biracial? Hey, cool.
Right, and
You
that's
know what
all.
I'm
That's
saying?
at the end of the day, like all opinions aside, all
But we're
that
always going to see
whatever
you as
aside.
I wish you were white, because if you were white, at least the anti-blackness wouldn't be like, it would just be more like racism. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes white people are racist and working on their anti-racism, actually working to unpack. You, however, let me know out the gate, I'm an op. What's up? I'm someone you should not trust,
So
because
my
I don't even
existence
consider
is
myself
oppositional to you.
I don't even have an allegiance to my own community, because I have more than just black in me. Even though to be black is to be mixed. There's no such thing as pure black blood. Even on the continent of Africa,
Agreed.
everyone is mixed. So for some reason, your mix makes you different, that you can't claim black. So it's just kind of like, all right, cool,
But
you
you just
op.
said the
Bet.
continent of Africa is mixed, and then when
It
I say
is.
that I am mixed, it is a problem. So I'm
No,
confused.
no. The continent of Africa is mixed, but they call themselves black. For some reason, you're mixed and you ain't black. So that's interesting.
They don't. They call themselves African.
No, they call themselves black.
Black is a thing that exists in this nation.
No, they
Like,
call
let's
themselves
be
black.
real.
I talk to Africans every day. I got a whole Pan
Okay.
African organization behind this live. I talk to
Okay, that's
400
cool.
Africans every day. They call
And
themselves
that is
black.
100%
Their
cool. Look,
leaders call themselves black. Julius
I can always
Malema,
admit when I'm
Ibrahim
wrong. If
Traore,
I am wrong,
Mali, Burkina Faso, South Africa, Kenya, William Ruto. They all call themselves black. So I don't know what you're talking about. Not all of them, but the people I just listed have mentioned in their speeches that they are black and they do things for black people. So
Okay, so what your driver's license say?
Yeah, I'm still curious about the driver's license myself. That's what I was wondering.
That birth certificate valid too.
I was gonna say I just looked at my license and no longer says what your race is, but I'm pretty sure the birth certificate does.
The driver's license says Wahite. She's
like big birth certificate. I do have the card. I think would it be on the regular card, like my birth certificate? It should be, right?
I'm not trying to be funny.
Can y'all hear
But
me?
the fact that your paperwork, when you fill out paperwork, you're not quite sure how you identify, says a lot more about you and should say a lot more to you than us saying anything. Because it's almost like a lost identity. And one thing that I know about my friends and family that have been adopted is there's a whole nother situation that's tied to their identity. And I think it's hard for people to already be black biracial and then be raised by some racist YT people on top of being a person that's adopted. But you got to figure yourself out because that's a lot. Like all this what I'm not, but what I am, but what I'm not. It's insane.
Yeah.
But y'all need to send them damn pies.
I mean, I don't know. We didn't even get to the questions. I want to talk about the questions. I should have put the biracial live up, honestly. We could switch to the
If there's
biracial
lane A
live.
and lane B, I am lane C, and I'm sticking with. I'm rolling with them down the hill. That's just.
All right, you by your damn self. Bye.
Bye. Have a good day.
Yeah, see, she with it. Go ahead, peace.
I don't believe
You
like,
out.
I thought you was about to boot me.
But I'm gonna treat you the way that you want to be treated. You don't want to be in the community.
Like
Cool.
a human being with respect.
Hey,
Oh wow. So you don't want to be treated like black people. You want to be treated like human, right?
I want to be treated the way every human being.
So if I called you black, I'm not treating you like a human being. Is that what you're saying? I'm trying to get to the point. I'm trying to get to what you're saying, because what you just said sounded like black people not human, and you want to be treated like a human being.
Okay, you are putting words in my mouth because none of that came from me. So
you want to be treated like a human being? I'm a black man. I'm not a human being.
Did I say that?
I'm just asking. I'm just asking. I'm not projecting.
Because I didn't say any of that.
You said you just want to be treated like a human being. That's who says that the most? You know who says that more than anyone else? Black people. You sound black.
And that's cool. Hold on. Legit question. I don't have 1,000 followers, so I can't use my camera. I know that. So there's no possible way that I can take a photo of this license.
But
that's not possible.
You don't want to do that anyway.
Can you just tell us what you?
I can tell you. I can read you the whole license, top to bottom.
No.
Drive.
She's about to ask you, what if you go to the
driver's license?
Calm down. Yeah, if you go to the emergency room, what do you?
I just want to ask a question. I'm just curious. I know because I mean you stated what you feel you are, but I'm just curious just to know. You said you're mixed, so I'm just wondering what do people what do you put on your documents because
other it's either other or black, white, and Native American.
Yeah, she definitely.
You only put other,
and that's fine. That's
wait,
fine.
Okay, but wait, you're saying you mark all those different ones or just other?
Absolutely. Unless it has mixed race biracial, I'll check that.
Oh, okay. So you don't identify as black then?
No.
No, I don't identify as white. I don't.
And that's anti-blackness. That's her own self-hatred. And when you tell her that, she's gonna say, "No, it's me having a love of other races." So that's how she's convinced herself that anti-blackness is okay.
You would be correct if I did not say the same about the other two races in my DNA. You would be correct.
There is no other two races in your DNA. There is no such thing as race DNA. There is no race DNA. Race is a social construct. It does not mix with science and biology. So then, when you for some reason, when it gets to society, you want to just be treated human, but biology, you are just human. You don't have to add race to that. Like there's no race DNA.
DNA, right? We can all agree on that. You don't get to dispute DNA, correct?
There's no such thing as race DNA, correct? There's no such thing as race in your DNA.
What I'm saying, like, correct. I'm agreeing.
Okay,
like,
all right, cool.
DNA is what it is. Cool. Like, that's just it. That's science. That's irrefutable, correct?
Then there's no race in that.
Agree on that.
There's no such thing as race in that. You know why there's no such thing as race in that? Because all DNA that's in other races came from black people. So when you mix those other DNA strands that left Africa back to African people, you're black because they was already from Africa in the first place. So at the end of the day,
all roads
you're
lead
just back to black. Like it's just the same thing.
I
Like
agree with
more
all of those
proof
statements as
of
well.
why you are in a state of psychosis. It's okay though. I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying?
If I was telling you that you were wrong, I could understand in
It's
my head.
cognitive
I'm literally agreeing with
dissonance.
you with
Listen,
I
everything
know,
that you
I
just
know,
stated.
because I ain't lying.
that
But
this
what
is
I said
I'm,
was
I'm
we
this
cannot
is
refute
to all
DNA.
the YT women that swear these lives are problematic. This is what y'all create right here. And you have people that walk around saying there are three different people at one time. And y'all, your family, your YT family will tell her what she
Now
ain't.
I'm three
And
different
she's still gonna
people.
tell you. You
Okay.
said that. You
You
said you were
said
black,
No, I didn't.
native,
I
and
never
white.
said I was
So
three different
that's
people.
three
I said
different
I am
people
me.
walking around in
Point
you.
blank period.
Three different people walking around in you, ma'am.
What?
And at the end of the day, it is very interesting how we can be all these things and not be none of them at the same time. I'm
wow.
just saying.
That's crazy. You can be three things and nothing at the same time. That's wild, man. Hey, man. You know,
I ain't
love your black selves
Sorry,
because
I'm on mute
I
because
know.
my child is crying. I'm still here. I'm still listening, but my baby's crying,
All
so I'm
right.
listening.
Well, I know people that have uh, native and European ancestors, but they still claim to be black. So shout out to my black biracial brothers and sisters, man. We love y'all. We love y'all. You know what I'm saying? I don't know
Just to
about the
point out,
I don't know about the ones that claim they some other category and talking about they in lane C and all that other mess. But to the black biracial, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got yeah, look, so you got Asian, you got
did y'all want to know about my
native, you
sister
got
or not?
all of that. But if you got a black parent, hey, you black and you identify as such, we got love for y'all. Thank y'all for loving yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's beautiful.
Okay,
And
but I
we can
thought y'all
talk
wanted to
about
know
it
the
some
light
more.
skin.
But I did have some other people up here for the other topic, so I forgot.
Okay, that'd be a no.
Let me change it back
All right, guys, I
because
gotta go to work and I gotta tend to my
yeah.
baby. It was
All right,
Exit. Make a
we don't
clean
care.
exit.
All
We
right, bye
don't care
bye.
about the
Yeah.
it's okay. You up.
We don't got time for that. All right, y'all. Let me bring back the topic because I forgot. People came up here for the other topic. Who's next, Leisha?
She put in there lewd.
Oops, that's the wrong one.
I can't see that last one. It's covered up.
Well, are you talking about on the interracial relationships one, or are you talking about the
The
biracial one?
biracial.
Oh, it said that it says in the black community, biracial black and white people are treated as black until they show anti-blackness,
What we just saw.
like
Oh
what we
yeah.
just saw.
Oh, so you're
We
moving to a different topic now.
Yeah, I mean, I'll put it back to the interracial relationships because I know people probably came up here to talk about that one, but that is just something that we also talk about on this live, and she just happened to bring it up.
I do
I
this
just
real
Um,
quick.
wanted to say something
Brother.
about the
Hold on one
preference.
second, y'all. Can y'all tap that screen? Hello, hello, and welcome to Brother Legends Live. You saw the foolery, you saw the coolery, and you didn't send the damn pause. What is going on with you guys? Tap that screen, 75K. Let's make it happen. Wake it up. Tap the screen, subscribe, and share the live. But you guys, listen, when y'all see this foolery up here, send them damn paws. Don't hesitate. Don't wait. Save us. We was up here getting mocked by this foolery and pure coonery. Send the paws.
thank you, D.
God, you do that so well, D.
She does. I know. I
But
love D,
I
man.
wanted to, if I may, I wanted to say something about the preference versus fetishization thing.
Yeah,
So I was watching last night about the white women from, the older women that they go on holiday, as they say, they go on holiday to different parts of Africa to hook up with the young
Gambia.
African men.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
Gambia.
one of the main. It was the focal point of, and I hate to say just Africa as a sweeping place because
They
we
do it
know
to
that.
Jamaicans too.
Yeah, but because it's different places, and it's different places in Africa. But Gambia was the country of focus. But I was just sitting there, like I could almost feel in my bones how desperate. Like this is like a fetish on both sides, right? Because now some might argue that from the Gambian side of the fence, these young men, they're poor. Let's just call it what it is. They're
Uh-huh.
poor. Like this is the excuse for them to
They're
like
exploited.
exactly.
You
They want
know,
to
yeah.
have a white mommy and try to feed their family, and that's all wonderful. And but it's like this. I still could see the fetishization, though. I could see that I have not arrived in life as anything significant until I get this white mommy, you know. And then the white women definitely, I mean, we know what the fetish is, you know, on that side is, and some of these women were even married and they would go on holiday because, you know, they want to go and get them some of that black D for the holiday. And that's what they do on vacation, and they come back again and again, and it might be the same guy, it might be a different guy, but then even some of them were actually getting married. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them were getting married, and some of them were scams.
Can I
So
mm-hmm.
it's a dirty game. But
Can I be honest with you?
sure, please.
Hey y'all, this is my opinion, all right? So y'all know I don't usually talk for my opinion much on here. I mean, some of y'all might think that, but usually when y'all DM me asking me why I said what I said, I got a resource, some type of book, some type of something. Actually, I got a book for this one too. Never mind. It's not just my opinion. All right. Dr. Francis Cress Welsing talks about this in Black Man, White Woman. If you all want to look it up, Dr. Francis Cress Welsing. Basically, what we experience as a community with interracial relationships here in the United States is not much different than what you just described in Gambia. The reason these African countries and even Jamaica are quote unquote poor or, you know, exploited so much is because of Europeans. So, you know, it's kind of an abuse of power to exploit a people, deprive them of resources, bring them to a country against their will, their ancestors, you know what I'm saying? Wait a few generations, and then decide once they start talking about black power to unleash your women onto their communities to get all of the people that have the most wealth to give back to the community. Strategically, you decide, you know what? The black community did not decide to allow white women into our neighborhoods. We did not decide to allow white men into our communities. We didn't have that choice. They made that choice up on Capitol Hill. They decided that they were going to allow themselves, after forcing us to be here, because they definitely don't give us a way out. So they brought us to this land. They don't give us a route home, you know what I'm saying? Or even if they could, I mean, where we go back to, you know, after what's been happening to our people. Then they decide to get in relationships with us after they wield that same power that they stole from our ancestors. That same labor gave them privilege. So now they come back into our neighborhoods and they say, you know what? We have privilege. We know you want it. You see what I'm saying? And then now they take the highest earning men and women, you know what I'm saying? But mostly the men, you know, the football players. They say a white tea woman comes with a Harvard degree. At Harvard, that's a joke. Like, you know, you get a Harvard degree, you get one of them with the package. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of, you know, when you look at it in the full context of our people and how we were brought to this country, if I kidnap a woman and bring her to my house, even if she says she loves me, I brought her here against her will. It's not consensual. You know what I'm saying? It's consensual. You know, it can feel like consensual to her, but you would call that Stockholm syndrome.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? Because now she's falling in love with her oppressor. So I'm just saying, if you look at the full context, we were brought here against our will, and now all of a sudden love is love. And they decided when to love. Before they kept us separate. And then we started saying, oh, well, since we together anyway, let's come together, black man, black woman. Let's fight together. Black power. When we start doing that, then all of a sudden, wait. Love is love. What are you talking about? And so then, I'm just saying, even when the black man or the black woman say that they love this person, still Stockholm syndrome, because we're still oppressed by these people to this day. So kind of wild.
It's like you create a problem and then you create the illusion of being the solution to the problem.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
That's the freaking brain. That's the sunken place that a lot of too many of our people are still stuck in. But that's what I saw in this documentary that I was watching. I mean, I was cringing the whole time, just like I'm looking at, and these women are like 65 and 85, and then they can't get their story right, and the interviewer is like trying to get down to the bottom of like who really benefits. That was his main question. Who really benefits the most? And you're touching on all of it by what you just.
I mean, think about it. Black men were married. If black men were married to black women the way we was marrying each other before integration, and we were talking about, really doing things in our community. We were really doing things in our community. That was, then all of a sudden, they unleashed the gates, and they start coming into our community and picking over those that, have been so exploited for so long, whichever one is to their fancy. And we go for it, not because they not because they just have white skin, because we've been all is the default to look at them as superior to us because of them and what they done to our people in the first place, right? And then it's kind of like, now we got pro-black leaders, who have to choose between their community or their spouse. It compromises you to a degree. And that's why I say, can you be pro-black with a non-black spouse? Can you prioritize your actions and values with what's in the best interest of building a black community with someone that's non-black? Because at some point, there's going to be a contradiction between the best interests of black people and the best interests of your significant other. And who you going to choose? But, yeah. We're going to go to the next guest. I appreciate you, sister. Thank you for that word. Let me get the, hold on. Let me get the little hand claps. Appreciate you. The next guest is Lude. Could you give us your age, race, and pronouns, please, Lude?
Hello, I'm 20. I'm, white and from Finland. He, him,
Okay.
So, I don't
Finland
know if this is
a
question.
Wait, hold on. Did you say your race?
Oh, yeah, white.
Okay, cool. Talk to us.
Oh, yeah, so I don't know if this is a personal question to you, but are you an American or something like that?
I'm an African American.
Oh, okay, so that's where the interracial relationship people probably comes from, probably, right?
The interracial what?
The interracial relationship, being problematic,
What does that have to do with me being African American?
No, it doesn't, but like it comes from America, right? Because where I come from, your race doesn't really matter. If it's white, black, Asian, it doesn't really matter. People can fall in love and everyone has the same rights and all that. So all this just confuses me.
That's a bunch of bullshit. Please stop.
No, it's really not.
No. When a black person from Finland tells me that, maybe I'll believe it a little bit more. Actually, I wouldn't, but at least I'd be willing to listen to it. You're like a fish born in water trying to tell me it's not wet.
No, trust me,
you don't know
that's
shit.
not like it.
You're not an expert in where racism exists and where it doesn't.
No,
I'm
not, but
you wouldn't know.
I was just. What do you mean?
That's like me telling women that SA. Do you know what SA is?
Nah, no idea.
Non-consensual lovemaking.
Oh, Okay.
That's like me telling women non-consensual lovemaking doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen to me. Listen. It doesn't happen in all of America. It's never happened to me. It doesn't matter what I wear. No one's ever looked at me different. You know, it doesn't matter. Like, you know, that's ignorant as hell. Because I'm coming from a place of privilege in that area, so I don't really get to speak on that. You see what I'm saying? So you don't get to speak on whether there's no racism in Finland. Like, if there is no racism in Finland, it's probably because it's as white as the snow-capped mountains of the Caucasus Mountains out there.
No, man. Let me tell you something. Finland has always been a kind of distant country to everything. Yeah, we have been white from the birth, you know, and all that. But back in the day, like, let's say, the 40s, the black people came in Finland, like, they came to here work and all that stuff. And then when the time passed, everything became really equal. Everything got the same rights. No, there was no like thing that.
That's bullshit, sir. You don't get to say that. It's not. It is bullshit. Yes, it is. Don't you fucking talk over me about racism. Please stop doing that. You're being very racist right now, and I know you're trying to make it cute. But please stop. It is ignorant as hell.
No, but I'm speaking.
Yeah, and the reason I know it's ignorant as hell is because I know Finnish people. I've worked with Finnish people in the music industry in Los Angeles, and they were very much racist. So I don't believe shit you're saying. You're showing me your racism right now, and it's
I'm not even racist, man.
Yeah, you are.
Let me explain to you.
You're definitely racist.
I might be white, but I have like no white privilege or anything like
that.
You're
white. Thus, it is inherent for you to be racist. Have you worked to be anti-racist? What anti-racist work have you done?
I have no idea what that means because there is no racism here. I don't go outside to see a black person. I won't go like yell at him or do anything. He's just another citizen.
Have you ever heard of what's that little thing? Little Pete. You know, Little Pete. You guys don't walk around the street with paint on your faces.
No idea what.
Is that Finland or is that Amsterdam? Where they paint their faces black
I have no idea.
With Santa Claus and Little Pete.
I think Finland. Wait, what is that Finland?
I don't think that's Finland.
No,
it's near Finland.
Where is it? Frank, I know what you're talking about.
Is it not?
I forgot his name.
Somebody
said that's the Dutch.
The Dutch?
Yeah.
Yes, I mean I just saw a comment. Yes, there is racism in Europe, definitely, but you know,
there's racism in Finland. You're racist.
Yeah, but it's how I'm racist. I'm trying to explain to you that I'm just a regular citizen in Finland.
I can explain it to you. It's easy. What race are you?
I'm white.
All right, so you're racist. There you go. That's how it works.
What the fuck, bro? Racist means that you actually hate some race, you know. I'm white.
No. It doesn't mean you hate them. It doesn't mean you hate. No, come on, don't do that.
No, but
I can't. How would I know if you hate someone or not? I don't know if you hate someone or not. I can't tell that just by talking to you for 2 minutes. You know, I'm not going to make a moral judgment about you like that.
Man?
Brother, let me tell him. You know how we know you racist? Because you only live in the utopia of what you think the world looks like over there. So you only know it from your eyes. You haven't even listened to other groups of people that have experienced racism and based on a system that
I have black friends. They have told me that yes, they have faced racism, but not that much.
What are you saying? You saying there ain't no racism over there?
I said
I have white socks.
It's so low.
I'm not racist,
really like you don't see people going around in the street and yelling at black people or killing each other or something like that.
Whoa. Don't say the K word, man. Come on, man. We're on TikTok, man.
I mean, yeah, but you don't get it, man. I'm trying to tell you, this is Finland. This is not America. We do things around here differently.
No, y'all are racist. You're very racist.
How I'm racist, man? You don't get it.
I'm trying to tell you. You won't listen. You won't listen. You won't listen.
Just because I'm white, it doesn't make me like some kind of I have privileges or something like that.
Yes, you do.
I'm trying to tell you that in here, everybody has the same rights, and people are people, no matter your skin color. You know. No, it's not like, bro, do you want to hear something quite actually cool? I live in Helsinki, that is quite populated by different, like, there is Estonians, there is Turkish peoples, Arabs, you know, Somalians.
This is hell right now.
But listen,
I'm going to try and help you out,
when you go to a store, there are, like, different languages. They don't just like
I
if
speak
I
50 different languages and I am not racist.
Hey man,
for fuck's sake, man.
do you like condensed
Fucking
milk?
Americans,
You
you're
like?
really dumb.
Oh, it's
Listen,
coming out! It's coming out!
stop
There it is.
talking, you damn faggot.
Lou,
How can
And
you
both us
Americans
cannot
be
sit
so
here and
dumb?
talk about
Okay, wait,
always tell the two colors. You
can
came
I
in here to
say
talk about
something?
everything.
Oh
Hold on.
man, it's
No,
coming
don't
out
make
of
a
him.
pause.
I am
Hold
trying to have a
on.
conversation.
You're not having
All
no
right, all right.
conversation.
Hold on,
Can I
D,
say
D,
something?
D. They want us to let him speak. Go ahead,
Can
go
I
ahead.
say?
Speak to us.
I just looked up racism in Finland. A 2011 poll showed that 66% of Finnish respondents considered Finland to be a racist country.
Wow, 66%.
It's,
That's pretty high. That's pretty high. I don't even think it's that high
And,
in parts of America, to be honest.
and that black face you were talking about is in the Netherlands. That's
Netherlands,
Yeah.
yeah. Right, but they're like neighbors. That's like New York and New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
We are definitely,
it's like,
bro.
yeah,
Estonia is our neighbor. Estonia is like you go to a boat. It's like 2 hours to Estonia.
yeah.
But Netherlands is definitely not our
hey,
neighbor,
guess what,
man. That's
Lou?
in Germany.
Guess what? Goodbye.
Goodbye. You gone. Thank y'all for the Panther pause. Don't you ever forget.
On track.
Don't you ever forget whiteness is inherently racist. Don't ever forget. I'm not ever gonna let up. Y'all gonna have
he
to.
was really trying to convince. He was trying.
I'm not gonna let y'all in my life have cognitive dissonance. When someone is inherently racist, they are going to be called as such. If they are a true anti-racist, they are going to say, I'm racist, I understand my privilege, and I work to dismantle it every day. That's the correct answer. Because we got to take the stigma out of their mind that racism means they're innately evil. Racism is an evil, oppressive system. We could talk about that. But when you make it an emotion, then they're like, how do you know that I don't hate black people? Like, you need to stop. And we're not saying that, but we're saying that you have a privilege in a system that sees you as superior, and you need to work to dismantle that. Y'all are not going to get no type of appreciation, especially when you come up here trying to act like you an ally, and y'all definitely not going to get me letting up, because I'm going to tell you to your face that your whiteness makes you inherently racist, and that's just life. And I have to deal with it because I inherently have to deal with racism all the damn time. It's a privilege it's a privilege that you're racist and don't have to deal with racism. Who's next? Linda, could you give us your age, race, and pronouns?
All right. I'm almost 44. I'm white, and my pronoun is she, her.
All right, talk to us, Linda.
So I got online live with when you guys were originally talking to the young lady that was considering herself biracial, other, multi-race, or whatever she was saying.
Yeah, that was a doozy.
And so I got to thinking about, she considers herself what she considers herself. That's her prerogative. Just like we announce our pronoun to rightfully respect the person that we're addressing, right? So why couldn't we rightfully respect her and her wishes and what she wanted to be addressed as? She wanted to be addressed as biracial. That's her prerogative. A dude that wants to present himself as a female and wants to be called her, we respect that, right? So what is the difference between race and gender in that situation?
Yo, idiot. Because you wouldn't call
Fluid
her
race is not.
YT. I bet you wouldn't call her YT. Would you call her YT?
I call her
Because
whatever she
depending
wants
on
to be
what room
called.
she went in is what she was saying she was for a level of comfort and convenience. So you telling me she three different people whenever she feels like
She
being
didn't
somebody
say
else?
people. People means three separate people.
She
She
would
was
be
saying
three
she was a
different people. If she thought
multi-race,
she was
a
in around black people, she
biracial.
was black.
So
If
she
she was
is
around white
whatever she
people, she
wants
was
to be.
white. and when she was native, she was about someone else. And I think you the same one that was saying that homophobic stuff in another room, because you're talking about a
Nah,
he.
no.
You're calling a
I'm
trans
by
person
far
a he when it's a she.
homophobic.
Goofy. You brought your
You're
goofy ass up
goofy.
here. You
You're
jumped up
goofy
here. You might as
to
well jump
try
in
to
that
spread this
motherfucking tub and wash
agenda.
them dirty ass feet you carrying
I
in
know
there.
she's just being
Karen.
disrespectful.
Bye, Karen.
That devolved so quickly. Actually, we need to give it up to y'all for them Panther paws, because that devolved into nonsense very fast. I'm not sure what's up with that. That was wild. Somebody need to block Linda when she reported to mine. Leisha, find her. I don't know. You gotta find her, Leisha. Honestly, Leisha, I'm gonna let you take people down after the Panther pause now. From now on. All right, we'll do Brooklyn. Brooklyn, could you give us your age, race, and pronouns, please? I'm not even going to unpack that last guess, y'all, because if you don't know the difference between race and gender, gender is how you identify yourself. Race is a social construct to where the world is going to tell. I don't wake up and call myself black I am black, but that was something that I didn't really have much of a choice in choosing. And neither does that girl that came up here, because she looked black as hell. She just choosing not to be black, and that's her own problem. Brooklyn, could you give us your age, race, and pronouns, please?
I'm 25 years old. I'm a white female, she, her.
All right. Talk to us.
Actually, I came up here for another one of your prompts that you had up, but
Okay. Was it the biracial one?
yeah, it was.
All right. Let's go back to that, because we flip-flopping today.
Yeah, sorry.
So, no, I ain't mad at you. We're just going to run it back to Logic J. Cole. Talk to us.
So this isn't necessarily about me. That's why I don't know if I can talk about it. But I'm like a foster parent, and I take in like kids all the time and stuff. And I've seen.
Wait, you say you white, right?
Yeah, I'm white. Yeah.
You got black foster children?
Mixed. Well, black. I tell them they're black, but yeah, I just recently had my first black foster child, and his mom's white and his dad's black, and he has a huge disconnect of his race, and he tells me all the time that he doesn't like to be black, and that he hates himself and all this other stuff for being black. And he's 8 years old, and I'm trying to like learn how to teach him, and I know I can't do that as a white person, as a white woman. That's something that I cannot teach a young man. It's something that I'm really divided on and that I'm struggling with, because this is my first black foster child. So
yeah, there's monoracial black people that feel that same way. So that's just part of growing up in an anti-black country on an anti-black planet. So that's that his proximity to whiteness definitely confuses him a little bit more.
yeah,
But
and his mom has definitely
one that's white.
Yeah, so his mom, and she has the full custody, and like at the time, and it really upsets me, like hearing him say that, because I never wanted him to feel that. I never want him to feel that way, but it's like, how can I change that? Because I'm still learning. And it's hard
change
for me to
that.
feel that way. Yeah. But it's
Somebody got mute, but no, you can't change that. You've adopted this child, or he's just with you for a while?
He's just with me for a while.
All right, cool.
It really depends on the situation. He's already
Get him
going through.
around a black family.
I've been doing that, but he acts fearful, scared. Like he doesn't know how to be, and his mom has like instilled in him that he's mixed, that he's not black, that he's not just white, like he's both, like he can't just
That
say
is
he's
so
one or the other.
dangerous.
Yeah, and it's very sad, and
It's dangerous to his life.
And honestly, it's made me really change my viewpoints on certain aspects of my own life and how I view things and how I have carried myself in the last probably year, just handling the situation with him and trying to teach him that, show him that that he is black and that it's okay to be black and that it's not a bad thing and
You
that
can't teach him that.
I know, but that's why I've been trying to
Not like a you can't teach him that, like you're just incapable of coming up with the words. It's
yeah,
that
because I'm
the
not
words
black.
cannot come from you, because it's like hell, like you can't do that, because now if anything he's going to fetishize white women that like his blackness
Yeah.
and end up with Carolyn Bryant. You know who that is?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so you see what I'm saying,
Yeah.
or end up like Jonathan Majors.
And see,
You
I
know,
just recently and that's what I've been doing lately is I put him in I found like a mostly all black basketball like league that I put him in, and I've been taking him to church with my some of my family. Well, they consider me family, but some of my family, I take them to church with them and stuff. I let them take him for like the weekend and stuff to try and help him feel more comfortable in his skin and how he is and
he
who
got
he
time.
is.
He got time. He don't really kind of like bond with his identity till he's like 15. Right now, he might be just going through a phase, but yeah, you gotta. Someone
I
said in
just
the
feel like
comments,
it's
it's a
so dangerous
process. Yeah,
as like an 8-year-old to already have that much confusion and hate for your own identity and for yourself
that is
because
just part of being black in America.
it's so
I'm
sad.
telling you, it's
I know.
monoracial black people also have some of these issues. We don't all end up. If everybody black was pro-black, the word pro-black wouldn't exist. We'd just be black people. No one has to be pro-Chinese. No one has to be pro-Japanese. No one has to be pro-Asian, any other community. Only community where we need a definition like for a word like pro-black to mean we prioritize our own community is because a lot of us in our community don't prioritize our community and don't love our identity, because not loving your identity, hating your identity is actually a way of survival in an anti-black world. The more I further myself from my blackness, the more society will accept me. And maybe he's starting to learn that as well. However, he cannot do that with acceptance from you telling
Yeah.
him to love his blackness, because that's where it becomes problematic, because now he's getting validation from whiteness about his blackness. So he's going to want more validation from whiteness about his blackness. It just gets all confused. It
It
can't
is,
be you.
and I can definitely see the confusion even in
Yeah.
him, especially from him going from somebody who basically has instilled in him that he's mixed, that he's also white, and that he needs to be proud of both, from somebody who I'm trying to show him and I'm trying to introduce him to the black community that I have been involved in and that with my people and my friends, and it is very confusing for him. He's so confused, and it scares me because like I'm scared whenever he goes home that like his identity is forever going to be changed. Like he's never going to have that strong identity. Like
He might. He might.
it's
He's
gonna
too
be
young.
always
He's
in
only
crisis.
8. You got to wait till they're 15.
Yeah.
People form their identities around 15 to get really impressionable or whatever. But between the ages of 13 and 15, hopefully he already has the capacity for empathy. But then by the ages of 15, you decide who you're going to empathize with. That's why it's so hard to, get old white T people to stop being racist, because
Yeah,
they've
and
already
I
chosen
just
not to empathize
it's
with
funny
black
because
people.
I was just in a live with somebody the other day and had like a whole debate about it with a white person. I'm like, this is why we don't talk to other white people, when you're trying to like help, you know, educate them or help other white people. It's like y'all just don't want to listen. Like y'all
Yeah.
can't. Yeah.
Nah.
But anyways, that's another tangent. But I just came up here to say that's something that has changed my identity. But I just came up here to say
Okay.
that's something that I
Somebody got an echo. I'm not sure who that is. Somebody that just unmuted. I think it's the person at the bottom. Swipe your
because
screen down and swipe
I've
back up.
definitely been watching your live for probably like since you started your lives and stuff, and it's really helped educate me on certain things that I didn't realize and didn't know, which has helped
That's
me
what's up.
honestly with like taking care of him and being able to educate him and help him a little bit as much as I can.
Yeah.
But I just want to say thank you and I appreciate your lives.
All right. Thanks for coming up. Get that little brother around some folks.
We're doing it now. I'm
All
trying.
right. All right.
All right.
Bye bye.
Bye.
All right. So I don't know. We could go back to the other live. I know some of y'all came up here for the other one. We'll just go back and forth. SVS Jazz. Hold on. Before I go to you, everybody keep tapping like. We're trying to get to 100K likes. We are almost at 80K. Let's get to 100, please, please, please. As you listen along, please tap like, tap like. It really helps the lives. It helps us get more people to come up here. We're gonna have a beautiful discussion. I'm keep going. SVS Jazz, give us your age, race, and pronouns.
28. My race, you said? Age, race, and pronouns?
That's right.
You say that fast, homie. Jamaican, I'm Bayesian.
Race. Those are places. Race.
Oh,
Are
I'm
you a
black.
black Bayesian? All right, cool. And your pronouns? Do you have a select choice of pronouns? He, him.
I'm a he, him.
All right,
whatever.
cool. All
Guy.
right, talk to us.
First, well, I was gonna answer the question. I'm reading
on the interracial dating
on your TikTok thing, but from what I just heard, I would say that younger brother needs to watch Hidden Colors 1, Hidden Colors 2, Hidden Colors 3, and Hidden Colors 4.
I don't know about all that.
Even though he's too
Hidden
young.
Colors 1, maybe. Hidden Colors 1.
All of them, bro.
Nah. You talking about Tariq Nasheed, right?
You were mentioning his brain capacity and stuff, and
But you're talking about Tariq Nasheed, right?
Yep, and
Hidden Colors 1. If that frosted female is still here listening, Hidden Colors 1. That's it.
I hear you in the comments, Mandy. He's 8. That's why it's good to watch that with a guardian or with a foster parent or whatever. Like,
true.
Even if
But no, you should watch it with a black person.
Yeah,
he can't watch that with you. Woman that was just up here, please don't try to teach this boy about his history. I cannot imagine someone teaching me about the horror that was done to my people, and you look like the people that did that shit. I can't imagine that. That would fuck my head up. Like, please don't teach him about his history. And because you're white, you might feel like, you look like the people in the history, so you might not even teach him the truth because of your bias. You know what I'm saying? So just don't teach him about his history, please.
But they can still watch it together because they can learn together, even if she can't teach it to him.
No,
it'd be good for them to learn it all together.
Absolutely not. I cannot imagine. I don't know about
it. Okay,
because we're not. You
give
can't. She
misinformation,
can't.
sir. Don't give advice. Don't
give it. That's what I'm trying to say. No, I cannot imagine being a little boy and I'm learning about what white tea people has done to me, and I'm angry about it now, right? And then I have to look and be nice to the white woman whose house I'm in. Like, adoption, transracial adoption is adoption is already pretty much slavery. Like, we're too close to black oppression for white people to decide they want to adopt our children. Like, it's already too close. I would say it's already problematic. Don't try to teach him about his history. Let some black people teach him.
When he turns 11, watch it. What age would you want him to watch?
She can't watch it with him. That's all I'm saying. He can watch it, but she can't watch it with him at all. Please don't.
I feel that.
Don't do that. That would be traumatizing. Can you put yourself in that child's shoes? I learned about it young. At 7 years old.
I've never been a light-skinned baby, so I never had a white mom and a black dad.
Having a white mom and a black dad don't make you any less black. Like, I see what you're saying, but that don't matter. I mean, if he's adopted, in a foster care system, then that means he ain't near his parents anyway. So I mean that's just like, we talk about black history. Like, the biracial experience is the black experience because they're not treated like white.
I would like to watch it. If I was 8 years old, I would like to watch it at least when I was 10, at 10 years old, because it's very informative. Even if you're white,
Tariq Nasheed is an asshole.
Go ahead and watch it and just see what your people have done. If you're white, you can super watch it. I can hear the Caucasian in his voice. I'm in Canada. I'm from Canada, but I guess, I don't know, man. I don't mean to, like, I don't know. Like, it's good. It's a good movie, even if you're not black, man. You don't gotta be melanated to really watch Hidden Colors. You can really see, even if you're white, you can see what your own people or your own ancestors have done.
So you're stuck on one perspective, not realizing that the first thing that someone will say when they feel uncomfortable is not all. And it's not about not all, but it immediately comes a level of defense where she feels the need to defend her people or her appearance for this child that's going to be walking through the world seeing a particular people a particular way, treating his people a particular way. So you keep referencing back to that because it's obviously something you might be new to, but there's far other things that'll be better read or well educated in this baby than that. It's very dangerous, is what brother keeps trying to tell you, but you keep going back to it and trying to use a narrative that you understand, the perception of not understanding this child is vulnerable, and when you open them up to see their people being abused by the same people that are taking care of him, that it is harmful. What part of that are you missing?
How is it hard for him to watch Hidden Colors?
Oh my
It
God.
causes a internal almost rage that people don't really want to talk about.
Right.
It causes an internal anger. It causes an internal mistrust. It causes an internal almost pain that you don't realize until you are faced with these things. And movies like that make you face these things. It makes you feel as if certain things in your aspects in your life, even now, are coming from what happened then. It's a pain and a hurt that lives within Black people when they see these things. And what she's saying is you don't want to put that onto a small child, of all things, especially if you are the parent of the opposite race who lineage has done this. It is just not
I
wise
understand what she's
to do
saying.
so.
I understand what she's saying, but as what did he just say right there? God damn it. I just lost the comment, but yeah, people need to face these things. People need to face these things. And
Oh man, you're dancing. You ain't hearing us. You
if you
listening, but you
love
ain't
his
hearing us.
foster mom, then it won't be an internal problem in the house.
Got to put in that home, sir.
You ain't listening.
You know everything and don't know nothing.
You ain't
And you
listening.
are a danger. Like you are a serious. Oh my God. When you have this conversation,
Because you.
oh my God.
Can you? All right. So when I watched the movie, The Ring, I was in the 7th grade. I was watching The Ring. Remember The Ring? How the girl would crawl out the TV. I was afraid of televisions after I saw that movie. I was only 13 years old. I seen that in the dark, in the rain. It was raining outside. It was thundering. My dumb ass. I didn't grow up watching horror movies. My house was very Christian, but yeah. So I watched this horror movie. I was scared of television sets. I can't imagine watching a horror movie of The Ring and a girl that looks like the girl from The Ring sitting right next to me. I can't imagine watching Freddy Krueger, unalive people all over the screen, with someone that looks like Freddy Krueger right next to me. I cannot imagine looking at the history of my people on the screen, talking about buck breaking, talking about the inhumane treatment of enslaved ancestors on the plantation, with someone that looks like the people that did that shit. I can't imagine it, bro. It's easy.
Yeah, I guess. All right.
Some of us are just too numb to it. That's the thing.
I don't know, man. I guess take care. But I like education and even from a young age, even if it feared me, not scary movie or horror movie wise, but if something provided knowledge, I would be very
We're with
invested
you on that. We agree with you on that. I learned at 7 years old. I started learning about my history at 7 years old. My parents showed me the pictures of us hanging at picnics. You know what I'm saying? Hanging at a picnic. They showed me those pictures at 7 years old of them hanging our ancestors up on street lights and telephone wires and getting hosed down in the streets and ripped up by dogs. I seen all that at 7 years old. So yes, you can teach them young, but you can't be white and teach them that. You can't. That's the only piece. White people can't teach. Now a black person sit them down and say, "Look, this is what happened with us. This is the context." Then that's different. Much different.
I literally had a white teacher teaching History Month, and she was teaching all of that stuff. And I looked at her like she was crazy and put my head in. She was like, "Dr. Shuntley, what's wrong? Why you look so upset?" And she didn't even get it. She and all these other YT people in my classroom, they think we could watch this shit together. Like one happy family. I don't know what you guys are thinking.
Yeah, that was messed up. Actually, I remember that in school. We used to have to watch like slavery movies and stuff with like everybody in the class, and the majority of the class, in Canada is white. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
yeah, it would get awkward, especially when their parents is racist and
So it would be
and
awkward for
they
him
may
to
be
have to live
racist and
with the
stuff.
people that he got to watch the show with. He don't get to leave and go home.
He can't even get
So you
mad.
connected now. He can't even go. There's no other place for him to go to see what some black people talk about what he thought the movie was about.
That's crazy. Yeah, don't. I think hopefully she's still here. Please don't do that to that child. I told another white T TikToker that makes a bunch of anti-racist videos about this same thing, and I got a lot of pushback. So we can talk about that another time. But this is definitely something that a conversation that I guess needs to be had. Maybe something maybe I should make a prompt about that too. Maybe we should make a prompt about transracial adoption. I don't know, something like that. We'll talk about it.
All right, brother, man. Take care, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Peace.
My thing is, you can't make people understand. Not truly. People can have as much empathy as they possibly can, but until you've experienced certain things for yourself, right? I mean, truly experience it for yourself, they will never understand where you're coming from or what you're going through, right? And so when people come up here and preach anti-racism and come up here and preach, not to be prejudiced and things like that, you have to think about where these people are coming from, and you can only take that so far.
That's what I'm saying. I think as black people, we need to give more side eye to these non-black creators making content about our oppression. We need to give more side eye. Like, if they want to talk about what they did and focus on their community, I guess that's cool. I'll watch that content, but I won't engage. You know what I'm saying? Because that ain't for us. You know what I'm saying? But some of the content I'll be seeing on here, I'll be like, even though this person is eating, they also eating off our trauma.
I'm gonna tell you, like I told my brother. So in this conversation, the issue with racism is YT people that say they're anti-racist never see the racism from their side. Tell the story from your side. Tell the story. Don't tell what black people are enduring. Tell how your uncles and your aunts and everybody played a part in it. Tell what they did and what they say and how they treat people. Tell us what to look out for when they act like it's overt and they do things, or it's covert and they do certain things to our communities, or they talk about it a particular way. Put up those posts and those text messages y'all got to y'all families, and when they go out their way and they talking SHIT about the black people, or they have a run-in with black people, or if they have just a bad situation and all of a sudden we're the N-words. Like, expose that. Don't come telling me what my people have endured. I'm already familiar with that. Educate me on how y'all know when y'all gonna have a rally, when y'all gonna meet up. Educate us on that part. That's what I've been looking for.
Right. Tell us about some of them slave receipts up in your grandmother's attic. Go get us about those.
She's just really like told 100% facts right there, because I actually know somebody that's a biracial sister, but her mother was part of the Triple K people, and I guess her mother was an N-word lover. But so Kay, I don't know if you in here, sister, but she's very pro-black, by the way. But and she's come up here a few times. She's studied the scholars. Like, she had to unpack a lot, I'm sure. But she shared some paraphernalia. I don't know if that's the right word, but some memorabilia from the old days with us on the live, and showed us like she had pictures of like her grandfather. Like, they got all this stuff. She still had the patches he wore on his bed sheets with the holes cut in the the eye holes. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that was quite alive. They definitely do have those slave receipts, because those slave receipts cost them a lot of money, and they had mortgages taken out and insurance policies on those slave receipts. So they still got them.
You ever wonder why it is they never release those things? You know that they still have them.
They got them.
So what benefit to them now? It must be some benefit to still have these things that they won't release them.
Nostalgia.
That's what we really should be thinking about.
Family heirlooms.
They say that they're afraid that if they release them, that we're gonna go and attack their old grandmother or grandpa.
That's true. I would do that. They're right. They're right. They're right. I'm not gonna lie. They're right.
So
If I ever found out there was a direct descendant, if I could find the direct descendant of who owned my ancestors, absolutely I would. Absolutely, I would get as many of my family members as I could,
Right.
and something's gonna be lit on. It's gonna be more than a cross. Something
Done.
gonna be
say this.
Something.
Let's be honest, brother. Emmett Till's unaliver, because I call her his unaliver, still got to sit in that nursing home until she gently passed away. So I think the issue that we have more than anything is actually like creating an uproar. We have to get mad, and then the bad part of it is we don't stay mad. We don't.
We don't.
Love is love. It's okay. It's a long time ago. Y'all are seeing the remnants. When I see poor black people or homeless black people, that is the remnants of everything that has been done to black people.
Yeah. That's because we live in a perpetual state of survival mode. It's part of our culture. Because when we were enslaved, our ancestors, they didn't have the luxury of thinking about tomorrow. And so because of that, that's the reason why, that's the reason why, a lot of the issues that go on in the black community, like we don't think about 100 years from now. We don't think about 200 years from now. We just think about today. Focus on surviving today. Just survive it. Make it till tomorrow. That's it. You can't be mad about what happened yesterday and survive today at the same time. So that's the reason why we so quick to just, and so Dr. Amos Wilson talks about this in the Blueprint for Black Power. Because the Blueprint for Black Power requires us to start thinking ahead into the future and thinking today for what's going to, come tomorrow. So, that's the thing. So, yeah, I mean, I hope we wake up. We got to stay mad, Yeah, let's go to the next guest. Let's get back to it, y'all. I appreciate y'all for sharing your thoughts and opinions up here with us, though, because it's been a good live. Appreciate y'all. It's always the sisters up here. Whenever the vibe is right, you know what I'm saying, and we actually unpacking things, it be the sisters up here. I don't know where the brothers be at. Sometimes, every now and then, I get a good brother or two, but then, he got a powdered donut in his bedroom, so, he be compromised. I don't know. That just keep happening. Anyway, Alarmeen, could you give us your age, race, and pronouns, please? Alarmeen, I don't know how to pronounce that.
Hey, what's up? How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing well.
Can you hear me?
Yes, your age, race, and pronouns, please.
Yes, of course. Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Okay, all right. Okay, I just want to talk. You said,
You're going in and out.
can you hear me?
Yeah, you're going in and out. I can't really hear you like that.
Okay, I just wanted to talk about like international relationship.
Okay, before you do that, are you a black man?
I think I have network issue.
What did he say?
Of course, yes, I am.
Oh, I can't tell. I can't tell by your voice.
I say I am one black man.
Oh, okay. Where you from, black man?
Seriously?
Sweden?
Of course, I'm from Nigeria.
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 What nation are you repping? What tribe?
Hausa.
All right, the Hausa tribe, man. Shout out to my Hausa brothers and sisters. All right, we gotta do something about Tinubu though. I don't know about that, man. Keep hearing weird stories about Tinubu, but we'll keep it pushing. Talk to us.
Yes, of course. I just have one question like that.
Find your connection.
Yeah, talk to us, Alarmeen.
Are you with me?
Your connection ain't hitting for what it's supposed to be hitting for.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we hear you. Talk to us.
Okay, all right. I just want to talk about this international relationship, like between me. I really like seeing black and white, like very beautiful. I really like that thing. But I have a relationship before with somebody in Germany, one girl like that. You understand? Obviously, here in Nigeria, I'm working in oil and gas company. I'm a planner, mechanical planner. But the girl, she tried to ask me if I can come over. You understand? Understand? Then obviously me, I cannot stay under woman women taking care of me. I say obviously I cannot do that. Like if she can come to my home country, be with me, if that one would be okay for her, you understand? But the girl, she refused to come or something like that. Tell her I can pay everything I can do, but how can I go to Germany without
No, buddy.
working, nothing,
But so you trying to get to
just
Germany to
under a
get?
woman taking care of me? I said, obviously I cannot do that.
Hold on. So
You
you
said,
trying to get to Germany? You trying to get to Germany?
She want him to come to Germany. He
did
can't.
you
He come
hear what I said?
to Germany. He won't have a job to be able to pay all the bills. But if she come where he at, he'll be able to pay all the bills and she'll be good.
Man, what you up here talking about, man? What you up here talking about, brother?
So he asking you because you know she YT, right?
Of course. So what do you want me to help you guide you down the rabbit hole? That's what you want, some rabbit hole?
Yeah. He wants you to help him figure it out.
He thought you in the
Basically,
wrong
the
line.
question at the top was, can interracial relationships be problematic? So I think what he's trying to say is, what problems would he have with his interracial relationship? What do we think would be his problems in his interracial relationship?
Oh.
He'll know when he gets there.
Like me, I just like you guys just advise me. Like, can I go? Can I? Please.
African queen, you got plenty of
The
queen
reason
over
she
there.
wants you, Alameen, the reason she wants you is because she sees you as weak. She sees herself as superior to you. Do you understand? That's what her culture tells her. Her culture tells her that you are a safer option for her than a man that will subjugate her to patriarchy. When she sees you, she does not see someone that wields the power of patriarchy over her. She knows that her white skin gives her privilege over you. So she's coming to you from a position of, I want to say authority, but she's coming to you in a disadvantaged position, and she knows that she has a power she can wield over you. So I would say, don't do it. Don't stay the hell out of Germany and keep Germany the hell out of Nigeria.
Exactly, because even she wants to bring you to her racist country instead of coming to yours, where there will be no racism that she have to suffer from.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Stay on your own turf.
I'm gonna say, I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna say this. Do whatever you like, but understand that the consequences of your actions might lead to your possible demise. Because you are going to her country. Now, if she comes to your country, well, that's a completely different thing. That's also a completely different playing ground, playing field completely. At least if she comes to your country, you'll have some kind of authority. But if you go
nah,
there, you are
no, he not.
under her rule completely. I don't know what else to say about
Nah.
that.
Listen,
He
if
messed up either way.
she come to Nigeria, they all gonna raise her up over their heads like Khaleesi, and she just gonna float amongst the crowd of black people, just in a sea of black people. They're gonna say, Khaleesi, what did they call her? Queen of the dragons, free of the slaves, whatever. That's how they gonna treat her in Nigeria, because Nigeria got a bunch of COONs just like America do. So if she go to Nigeria, she still got privilege over his ass. I guarantee you.
So this is the
At least she'll have privilege on his own land with his own people versus
man.
him being
Hey,
surrounded.
if she called the police, you'd rather be in a Nigerian jail or German jail? ASAP Rocky, they treated. He wasn't in Germany though. Listen, I'm just saying. I
That I don't know
ain't
how to
trying
say
to ever
that.
go to jail in Africa. I come on peaceful terms. Listen,
You're so
I
petty.
ain't trying to find out. I'll tell you
Sir, this is
that.
the question you should ask yourself. The question you should ask yourself is, why do you want to be with this person so much? Like, do you want to be in Germany or you want to be in America? Like, what you trying to do? You need a passport? I mean, what you trying to do? Try to get a green card?
Hey,
I'm serious, because, like, y'all will attach yourselves to death and be like, he's not so bad. What you trying to do, sir?
Thank you, guys.
She got to laugh.
who
There are
left?
African women, they are queens, and
I
they
know.
Oh, that
appreciate.
was dang! I was about to get to her next. Damn, we done scared her away. Yeah, but thank
But
y'all
it,
for getting us
it's
to
just
100K
like,
likes. Go ahead, Alameen. Your signal is very bad, man. Signal's very bad.
can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we hear you. Yeah.
Y'all need to leave bro alone. He just trying to move somewhere with a good signal. Leave that man alone. Let him do him.
Go ahead and go. I bet you want to get out.
Yes.
I bet you that.
I,
Y'all over there. She gonna be like, brother, I asked you for your
I just really like
permission.
the girl.
No, you don't like that girl. You let that girl alone. That girl
Okay.
don't. Even if that girl like you, she don't like your
Yes.
people.
Get over
Nah,
there
exactly.
from me when you come on this live next time. I'm trying to get back to Nigeria,
That's the problem.
the land of the milk and the honey.
Listen. Just like the person said in the comments, she's gonna make fruit once you get to her country. She'll make you a strange fruit.
Sure will. Germany don't play.
Facts.
They
They
sure
are the
don't.
land of the Holocaust. They are the ones who
Yeah.
support the KKK people. And this
All
man is
right,
like,
all
yeah,
right.
I'm going to go
Be
straight to their
careful.
house.
Yeah, I know. You can't say all them
The,
crazy words up here. Be
sorry,
careful.
the triple K people. They are
Yeah.
the supporters of the triple K people. He's like, I'm going to go straight to their house. I'm going to sleep on their lawn. And it's just like, look, bro, do you? Like, why y'all trying to stop this man from his dreams? Like,
Tell him
let
to
him do
go over
him.
there. But don't come
Thank
back
y'all
over
for
here
putting
asking us to
F1
do
in the
no
comments.
GoFundMe.
F1, F1.
We not doing no GoFundMe to help you get back.
Part. It sounds like he's gonna
Oh
do
yeah,
it.
Alarmine, that's another thing. If you do get caught up in some
No,
situation,
no.
black women will not help you. And black men,
Just
a
wait.
lot of black men
Let
At
me
won't help
say
all.
you either.
something.
We won't
But
help you at all. We will
yeah,
watch you suffer and we
I
will
want to
laugh
say
at you
something.
because you should know better.
because look what happened to Jonathan Majors. His core fan base was black women for a minute. They don't give a damn about him now. I ain't heard one word of pity, I mean, one word of sorrow for his situation. Once you mess up, it's over.
That
Tell you
part.
now.
Check that movie out he got in the background up there. It's real stuff. That don't make a person scared to date out their race like that. A YT person, like I don't
Right.
know, feel like we some brave people and still walking into a
I
relationship.
remember when Jonathan Majors was. I've been on Twitter like heavy for a long time, and I remember Jonathan Majors started trending one day. I didn't know who he was, but he was just trending because black women were saying he looked good, and white women were calling him ugly. And so it turned into like a black Twitter thing where it was a back and forth. Like, he's not for y'all. Like, he look good to us. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, after that, I started seeing him in more and more movies and stuff. So I'm not saying, I don't know if that made him famous, but that was when I started, like, that was the first time I seen him go viral, and I seen black women was like really on his heels. And then now it's just like, man, you look crazy, bro. Like, I see why he kept her a secret. I do, because I worked in the music industry for a long time, and I've seen artists they was rising stars and their career just fall off when they post a picture on Instagram with their Asian girl. I've seen that up close in person. So, yeah.
It's
Know your
because it's
fan
hard.
base.
You can't scream pro black rhetoric, pro black this, pro black that, and then not live and walk in what it is you are preaching to
Right.
everyone. You look like a hypocrite. You look like a fool.
Right. And then for her to be basic. Somebody said it in the comments. And then for her to be basic on top of that. Oh my goodness. Why do they do this? That was like I just realized that because why didn't I peep that sooner? Absolutely, she basic as hell. She was basic as hell. That's crazy. Yeah, for Jonathan Majors, you know what I'm saying? The dude in the what's that Michael B. Jordan flick? What's the Creed? Come on now, this guy washboard abs,
Country.
been working out all day, and he got Pam from The Office. Get out of here, man! Stop playing. What's that blonde haired girl from The Office? That's what she looked like. That's
Like,
crazy.
why do they do that? You know, when one
Damn.
sister get with a sister, like he get with the baddest sister out there, but when our brothers
Right.
get with one of theirs, they get with one of the
Damn,
throwaways.
you right though, cause now he with Megan Good, ain't he? That's like the creme de la creme. Not, I mean, well, no. All right, let me calm down. But she was a sex symbol, you know, for what she does. You know what I'm saying? That's not my type at all. She's kind of delusional. She got some issues, but you know what I'm saying? Like she was with that whole man. He was a Christian, all that.
Yeah,
My
the
wife be
picture.
keeping me up to date with all this stuff.
But
But
as far
anyway,
as her, like how she carry herself in her image, she's pretty good.
yeah, you feel me? Like nah, yeah, that's prime pickings as far as you know who you wanna get with, with status. So that's crazy. So he went from a basic white woman, and that kind of just shows you how they put basic white women at the same. That's kind of crazy. Them kind of men are crazy.
Physically, she's in shape.
Okay.
Everything.
Right.
No kids.
And after the other girl, like you
That's
was like,
crazy.
nah, I'm good.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah.
Can I answer these questions? I never answered the questions when I
Go
first came
ahead.
up.
Yeah, talk to us.
Oh, also, Zatia, female, U.S., she, her.
Well, you supposed to tell us your race.
Oh, African American.
All right. Yeah, I
Both
can hear the
parents.
melanin
Both
in your
parents.
voice. Yeah.
Both parents
talk
black.
to us.
Okay. Can interracial relationships be problematic? Yes, they can.
All right, bye-bye.
Yes, they definitely can be problematic. Is it a preference or a fetishization? That's a hard one. It can be. Okay, so from my personal experience, I have never dated a YT person, right? But I have dated outside of my race. I have dated Latinx. I have dated biracial black men who, it depends on who you ask in the diaspora. Some would consider biracial black men
Biracial is black.
yeah.
Anyone that doesn't
Yeah.
consider it is just they don't know enough about race. They're using the same metric that white people use to determine race, phenotype alone. Anyway, go ahead.
Yes. So that is primarily, the people that I have dated, Latin and biracial men. So when people ask me like, why haven't you been with quote unquote a real black man before? I'll look at them and I'll be like, do you not consider biracial men to be black men? And then we'll get into the whole diaspora conversation, and some of those conversations can get wild.
Because they stupid.
And then yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
one is from a place of ignorance. Depending on who you ask, the earth is flat and the earth is round. So who's right? You see what I'm saying? When it comes to race, biracial black people have always been considered black because whatever makes you not white, whatever the reason is that you are not white, is what you are. Like if you're not white because you have a black parent, guess what? You're black. That's how that works. It's always worked that way. In some places, they did try to make biracial its own category. The Blue Vein Society, some mulattoes in Angola, they tried. And the reason they did that is because if there's only two races, white people are going to be outnumbered. So white people said, let's make a third one so that they can kind of side with us. And it's always been a problem. So either way, they were never treated like white people. They was always treated like black people, but maybe with a little bit of extra, we'll let you in the house. It's no difference.
Things.
Sorry, that gets me ramped up because it's just annoying.
You what I said, brother?
Okay, so from my personal experience with interracial relationships, what I consider them problematic. In some aspects, yes, there is a cultural difference. There is a culture shock. Even if you're both Americans, you can still have a culture shock with someone else's culture. You'll still be like, wow, okay, well, that's real different from where I was raised and from what I was taught. So they can be problematic, but they can also teach you to grow in yourself, in your blackness, depending on the kind of partner that you have. Is it a preference or a fetish? That, I don't know. I feel like everybody like what they like. Everybody like a certain phenotype, so I'm gonna say for me it's a preference. Can you be pro-black with a non-black spouse? Now here is this is where I'm coming in at. I don't truly believe that you can be black and not have a black spouse and not have black children and not build on the foundation of blackness. You can't be truly black and not have those aspects.
Or do you mean black?
Pro-black. You can't be pro-black, not truly pro-black, and not have these things, right? Can black and white cultures fully coexist in a healthy relationship, Saz family? In my belief, I would have to say no.
Man, so you on both ends of the spectrum. All right, so all right, I think you on
this
both
is my
ends.
lived experience. This is my lived experience.
All right, don't get all defensive. Hold on. So, can interracial relationships be problematic? That's problematic when we're talking about race.
Please mute.
When there's you want to talk, D? Do you want to talk to?
I just want to say, like,
no, you can't.
Wait, hold on, not your turn, Caleb. No.
Oh, sorry.
Don't jump. So I think the part that caught me was the preference or the fetishization. Which part caught you?
She said they're problematic, but they can teach you. Like,
okay, so the only thing that they can teach
I can explain that.
That's like me telling a woman a black eye can teach you something. Like, that's crazy.
Hey, say some of them whoopings at a kid. You didn't do it again. You had to learn. You learned the hard way, but you learned.
Oh my God.
That is not the same as Ike and Tina. Now hold on.
Right. I mean, I would say, listen, that's un-African, to be honest. We can get on that another time.
But that's dangerous what you just said, right? Because it's the idea of learning has to be painful. Or the idea of learning has to be you burning your hand or getting your hand hit for you to realize that it's a problem. Realizing that in society today and how we move as black people, we literally move around white people. We even teach our children how to avoid and move around them to avoid issues. We conform in so many different ways for their comfortability and for our safety on so many different grounds. So to say it can be problematic, but you can learn, we've learned several times over. We've learned well over 400 years. And then the part about the fetishization of preference, right? I'm trying to understand how we can fetishize our preference or the preference be a level of fetishization. Because fetish is fetish, right? Like it's literally something based on your more of a sexual gratification than anything. And we've been sexual objects for how long? We were tools to them that they utilize for their own sexual gratification. And you're seeing it now, even with a lot of these brothers that pair, a lot of these women that pair, they can't. I've had so many YT women get up here and they can't even describe what they're attracted to about a black man. That is what I'm saying, and because they're the ones that normally jump up here with that BS.
Right, they do. Yeah.
And they can't even. I like his smile.
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, that was crazy. Like we all just have the same smile. We all got the Chris Brown.
It's the Chris Brown.
The Chris Brown smile. That's crazy.
So what was the teaching part about? I'm a little confused on that part.
Okay, so for me, I was dating someone who was a native Cuban mix, right? And so getting around him, I got to understand Native American culture, and I got to understand their background. I got to understand their stories, and I got to understand because his father was Cuban, and so I got to be immersed in that
Cuban
culture.
Is not a race. So You know what I'm saying? There's no such thing as a Cuban mix. He's Native American, and his father had a race, because there are Afro-Cubans, there are Asian Cubans, there are white Cubans, there are
Free R. Kelly, nigga.
Native Cubans. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's all different kinds of Cubans.
Well, his father was Afro-Cuban,
So why
and his
didn't you
mother
say
was
his
Native.
father was black?
Because his father wasn't black, though. He wasn't. If you looked at him,
You're
right?
one of the people that don't know what race is. So that's why you said some people think biracial was black and some people think it's not. I'm like, nah, it's black. You don't see, that's what I'm trying to say. Some people, no, I didn't block him, Leisha. I don't know who that was. That was weird. But we don't say the N-word on here. That's just like ignorant as hell. Everyone, could you please put F1 in the comments for me, man? I don't know. Some troll came up here saying the N-word. I don't know what that was. Like, why do they think that's even funny? Like, that's just weird. Like, I can't imagine doing that to someone. Like, anyway,
When did the turns?
so it sounds like this person was black.
Turn. You showing your privilege right now.
Yeah, hold on, Caleb.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
What happened?
We
I'm
coming
sorry.
to you next. You
Go
just gotta
on
be
mute.
patient.
Just
Okay,
go on
sorry.
mute.
I didn't know.
It don't matter.
All right,
Go
just
on mute.
mute. Just mute. Don't say sorry. All right. So end of the day, there's no such thing as a Cuban mix when your parent is black. Cuban is a nationality. Race is its own thing. If racism ended today and there was no such thing as racism, we was all what they say human, right? We were just all human now. There would still be Cuban people because Cuban is not a race. Cuban is a place. People from that place are different races. That being the case, your Afro-Cuban ex's father, your ex's father that was Afro-Cuban, he's a black man. So that means if he's black and native, that your ex was a black man. Anything that is black and something else is black. Anything that's white and someone else is that other thing. That's how race works.
Okay, well, you wouldn't be able to look at him and be like, he's black.
Yeah, he's
you
black.
wouldn't look at him and think, oh, that's a black man.
Oh my God! Did you miss the other prompts?
Oh, that's a black man.
Oh my God! Did you miss the other prompts? What does black look like? Please, someone needs to mute.
What's your problem?
Stay on mute, Caleb. What the hell? Yo, get him out of here. Thank you. All right. So, he can't stay on mute because he's white. So, what were we talking about? Damn, I forgot what I was saying. I forgot now.
Okay, so it was the structure of race is saying that what race is. So black is from, what's your favorite thing to say? From the darkest of dark, from coal to chark. That's what you reckon she missed. The conversation in regards to color, like how we show.
Oh, right. Yes. What does black look like? Like, there's no such thing as what black looks like. We all exist from chalk to charcoal. You know, we got everything from Mariah Carey to Lupita Nyong'o. So there is no singular black look. Race is not solely based on how you look. Discrimination is. Profiling is. Absolutely. We're not all profiled the same. We're not all discriminated against based on our phenotype the same. Some of us are more phenotypically privileged, and that's okay. Some of us are more economically privileged, but we're still black. So there's all different ways you can be privileged in an anti-black system, but phenotype is not the only identifying factor. Ancestry is also one of them. If you have a black parent, you're black, even if you don't look how people say black people should look.
Oh, is this still going by the one drop rule?
It's interesting that you know about the one drop rule, yet you don't want to acknowledge it when we're talking about certain things. But the one drop rule is a very condescending way to put it. It's really called hypodescent. And what that means is that blackness is basically, I would say, erased out after 3 generations, whereas whiteness is erased out after 1 generation. Yes, there's a rule called hypodescent, and it is prevalent in America and other places. Anywhere I go on this planet, my child is black because all other races came from black people. Blackness is, to be black means we have all the colors. That's why they're jealous of us. They can't procreate color. We have all the colors in us. So when you add a color to black, it's going to be black because black has that color already in it. So it's not changing me to something else. You're just putting back what left Africa a few thousand years ago. And not only that, not only a few thousand years ago, the original Europeans, the people that left Africa, the people that left Africa and went to Asia, all of those DNAs can be traced back to Africa today. There's still people with the same DNA in Africa today. So there's black people with that same DNA that you're saying is native DNA. There's people with that you're saying is this DNA and that DNA. So at the end of the day, still is just black. It just goes back to what originally was there before.
Mute up.
It's just a thing. It's a thing that when you actually look into it, just because we black doesn't mean we understand race and racism and how it works. When you look into it, you find out how ignorant it all is, and then you understand that we are just black, and we can just unite as black people instead of dividing ourselves up because I got a little something else in me. So I don't know about y'all, but I'm something else now. Y'all go ahead and keep fighting. Keep marching. Okay, I'm over here now. No, we keep dividing ourselves up, and that's what white people want because they created this system to divide ourselves. What happened?
Echo. You make your brother echo real bad.
Oh, okay. I was done, but we gotta go to the next guest. As much as I love talking about biracial people, we've been talking about them all day. This is something that I just gotta get y'all to look up yourselves. Oh, y'all heard that? That's my wife. She mad. We supposed to watch TV.
I love her.
Y'all heard her?
She been back there laughing. I was so.
Yeah, she said it's time to go because we supposed to be watching our movie for bed, man. Yeah, I see your sisters laughing down there. Y'all funny, man. Hey, I don't care where you go. African American woman, a black woman, even in other places, man, a black woman gonna be a black woman. Y'all all the same sometimes in certain ways. Y'all different,
Somebody said you better go on before you get a whooping.
Y'all all right. Now y'all going too far.
Right? She want to act like he ain't hear her say that.
Nah, she ain't doing nothing. I'll run this house. She know that.
She in the corner staring at you like, I know you heard me.
You better stop when you get showed up. You know how your mama used to say, go out and get showed up? Don't do that.
No. Listen, ain't nobody worried about her. She ain't gonna do nothing. All right, let me stop playing. Let me stop playing. As soon as this cut off, I'm gonna be docile as hell. No, let me stop. She 5 feet tall. We ain't worried about her. No, all right.
You need to think before you get a black eye.
Who's that? Barna? Is that your name, Barna?
I said you need to leave before he gives you a black eye.
Yeah, well, I already got 2 of those. Give us your age, race, and pronouns.
Say that again?
Give us your age, your race, and your pronouns, please.
Oh, I have to give my age?
Age range, are you over 18?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I'm a female.
Your race and
I'm
your pronouns. You're African?
I'm African. Yes.
What country is that?
That's Eritrea. East Africa.
Okay. I don't know the flags, but I know where that's at. All right.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Eritrean brothers and sisters. I'm surprised you said you was black. Who's 5'1"? Who you talking about? Who's 5'1"? Wait, hold on. Who's 5'1", D?
Who?
Who?
I said 5'1".
Who 5'1"?
Me, I'm 5'1".
Oh! I thought you was talking about my wife. Nah, she is 5 feet. She 5 feet
Good.
tall.
Yeah, but I already said she 5'2",
I'm
and I
about to
said
say,
I'm
how you
5'1".
know? Well, all y'all short. Why all these short little little chocolate drops all in my life? Look at y'all. I'm
That's
playing.
why
I'm
it runs
playing.
so well. Little people make the world go round.
I don't know why my wife's so short. Oh, look, somebody 5'11". I don't know why my wife's so short. I don't know. We
Black
was
Swan
friends.
5'2".
We was friends first. Before, you know what I'm saying. So it wasn't like I had a thing for short girls. I'm 6'4", so you know, like it's not like I had a thing for short girls, but we was friends for 15 years, and
I need to see y'all stand on side each other.
All right, so I'm hating because
Yeah.
I'm only 5'7".
Oh, word. Well, you probably be my son's height. After I get, she done messed up the gene pool with love.
But I do need to give credit to something there real quick. Can we give credit to the fact that she's from Africa and she says she's black? Because I
Yeah,
do
I know.
believe
That's what I'm
someone
saying.
said
She from Eritrea and she says she's black.
Y'all
Yeah,
petty.
right.
No, I said I'm African. I didn't say I'm black. I said I'm African.
All right, y'all. Good night.
How y'all oh my God.
Oh man, that could have been such a wonderful moment, Barn, whatever your name is. That could have been wonderful for you.
I have nothing with calling myself black, but I usually say, when people ask me where I'm from, I say I'm African. But I don't have a problem saying black.
We're not mad at that. We're not mad at that because I prefer the term African too. Shout out to all my Africans.
Y'all gonna be mad when these South Africans start saying they African too. We African.
No, they better not. They better not. They not African.
I didn't
African.
know South African YT people over here tomorrow.
Yeah, no, they better not. Listen, when I say African, I mean the African race. You know what I'm saying? I mean the African race. I mean the brothers and sisters, descendants of our ancient mother. You know what I'm saying? But Barna, talk to us. You want to answer the questions?
Oh, just pick one of the topics that I see on the screen.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm reading the one. Can you be pro-black with a non-black spouse? I don't think so. If you're not with a white as a man or a woman, if you're not with a black person, I don't think so. But
Wait. So you telling me you telling me if I'm pro-black, I can't like love a white woman? Like, how does that make me not pro-black?
Yes, you can, but I feel like it's hard. You can be
Why is it hard? Why is it hard? If I get hard when I look at her, how is it hard for you? What does that got to do? You know what I'm saying? Why can't I? You know what I'm saying? It's hard for her.
Oh God, I did not see that coming.
That is disgusting.
Well, how do I explain this? Like the late Mr. Harry Belafonte, he was a great leader and an activist in our community. So, but he was married to a white woman. So I'm not saying that's not possible, but most of the times, those who marry outside their race tend to go more towards the non-black spouse community from my experience, from what I've seen. I shouldn't say experience because I'm married to an African, but I don't think it's possible. Just generally speaking, I could be wrong.
That black piece that you say African.
Say that again.
If you don't stop pulling out that black piece after you say.
Nah, D, you gotta understand. She from a place where everybody damn near black, so they don't identify as black first, but African.
I'm from a place where white people are minority. I'm from a place where white people are the minority.
That's amazing.
Or as we call them, tourists. So,
I love that for you, sis. That is great.
What I'm saying is, after she say African, she say black, and then she take it back. I'm like, just leave it there. It's fine.
I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it.
Well,
Yeah, I'm not against it.
I heard that, sister, and I agree with you 1,000%. You cannot be pro-black and say that you are someone that prioritizes the progress of our people and build your house with a cottage cheese bagel. So I hear what you're saying.
I I
Absolutely.
heard somebody say you can't sleep white and think black.
That's right. That's right. Absolutely. Well, thank you for sharing that, sister. And feel free to come back up. I'm gonna go to this last guest, and I'm gonna go before she really do get mad. Curvol, could you give us your age, race, and pronouns, please?
Curveball. Can you guys hear me? Good night.
Yes, we hear you.
Yeah. So I'm going to try to speak a little bit low because I'm in Europe and it's like 4 a.m. in the morning, right? So, by the way, it's quite interesting to listen to what you guys have been talking about for the last 20 minutes. So I would say I'm 32 actually. 32. What was the question? Sorry.
Your race and your pronouns.
Oh well, pronouns. My man, of course. 32. Black.
Race.
Black Caribbean to be exact.
Caribbean. All right.
Yeah.
From where?
Well, I was born in Dominica, but I live in Antigua. But now I live in Poland right now. I live in Poland at that moment, right? So, the question, the one that I saw that you guys were discussing about can you be pro-black and have a non-black spot? Well, I actually disagree. Unfortunately, I disagree. When I studied medicine in Cuba, I was part of the Pan-African movement. I mean, I've been pro-black my entire life, right? Especially coming from
non-black.
Sorry?
We know you about to tell us a story about how you was part of the movement and then you fell in love with your milk of magnesia and she took you to,
Nah. It's nothing like that, really. It's nothing like that. I just think like because I live in Europe, I live in Poland, and I have been dating. I mean, my girlfriend.
You dirty dog.
And actually, we're getting married in like 10 days, right? So that's why this particular topic is a little bit interesting to me. But I don't see the problem with dating out of the race, honestly speaking. I'm from a family, well, I was born in Dominica where we have the native Kalinago people. So in my family, we're pretty much mixed. But out of my siblings, I'm the only dark-skinned one. So I've been quite sensitive when it comes to race for, I guess, my entire life, right? But me being a pro-black man, that has nothing to do with
No, you're not pro-black.
Sorry?
You're not pro-black.
Why am I not pro-black?
What have you been involved with pro-black wise? That's what I'm curious to know.
Well, I will tell you guys this. Well, before I studied in Cuba, we studied in Russia. I did a 4-year course in Russia, and we had all these different black organizations, which I was part of. When I moved to Cuba to study, I was also part of the Pan-African movement. We did like marches when the African students, they had issues receiving money from the government. We helped with the marches. We have done a few different things, but my reality is slightly different from the reality that you guys have in America, where I can see very obviously that you guys have in
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, it's a utopia over there, boy. Y'all, they reign in paradise.
So the definition of pro-black is the question then.
I'll give it to him. The definition of pro-black, as defined by the Pan-Africans, Marcus Garvey and Malcolm X in the Organization of Afro-American Unity. And also I took this a little bit from Dr. Amos Wilson's definition of pro-blackness in the Blueprint for Black Power. Pro-blackness is aligning your actions and values with what's in the best interest of building the black community. So, I'm sorry. I said aligning. Prioritizing your actions and values. So, prioritizing what you do and believe with what's in the best interest, not of self-interest, because you are not with that Finnish woman for the best interest of the community. You're with them for the best interest of you and your little man. That has nothing to do with us, because as soon as you chose to go outside of the community, it had nothing to do with us. So you're not prioritizing us when you do that.
If I'm not mistaken. Sorry, go ahead.
So prioritizing your actions and values with what's in the best interest, not of self-interest, not the best interest of other communities, but in the best interest of building your own community up, is pro-blackness. You
If I'm not,
can be black and happy. You can be anti-racist. You can do things with her in her community and teach her about racism and how to dismantle it. That is great. You cannot bring her back into our movement just because you think you're pro-black.
but I'm gonna say something. You said a few seconds ago that if a black person mixes with any other race, then the child is automatically black, right? I think that was the point that you made, right? You said that. So why can't my kids be considered black? And actually, I dated a mixed Ukrainian girl.
Your children, just because your children, see, I'll say it again. You can be black and happy. Your children can be pro-black if they choose to come back to the community after you done took them across the world into a country that's like 95% white. Yeah, your children can decide to come back to the community and prioritize their actions and values here with us. But you going way to Finland to find a wife is not something that's doing anything to help your community. It's not helping us at all for you to do that. And to be honest, because the black woman is the least married woman in the world, you are actually doing us a disservice by not marrying a black woman. You're actually fatherless homes is the number one predictor of poverty in black women. The number one predictor. Number one, meaning when a black woman lives in a fatherless home where she has to take care of the child and provide for the child economically, and they have to struggle together, it not only is psychologically damaging for the child that has to see their mother struggle every day and live in an impoverished neighborhood, but it also is something that is correlates to poverty with among black women so much that it's a predictor. You can actually predict that them having children with no man in the home, no ring on her finger, is going to lead to her being impoverished for most of her life.
But is that,
and so instead of working with black people on a solution to that, you take your ass halfway around the world and find you a piece of mayonnaise.
Well, actually, the color has nothing to do with it, right? I'm from the Caribbean, so we're very mixed.
It's got something to do with it, brother, because we live in an anti-black world. That color has a lot to do with it. You can deny that all you want, but that just speaks to your Stockholm syndrome and the reason you went to Finland in the first place, because you want there to be nothing to do with it.
But I'm gonna say one more thing. When you speak about single mother households, that is more predominant in the U.S., not in Africa, because I have had a lot of African friends who have a very comfortable family situation, where both parents are in the home, right? In my family, unfortunately, that's not the situation. In my girlfriend's family,
that depends on what part of Africa you're talking about.
Thank you, because it does exist there.
Yeah, it does. The black woman is the least worldwide, the least married woman on earth. You can try to isolate it to certain regions to try to make a point, but worldwide, I'm talking about my community, which is global, and on a global scale, you marrying that white woman doesn't help us at all. You're helping yourself.
Just be happy being black and keep it pushing, because you.
Sorry,
can I just Susan? Just go on over there with Susan. So.
Can I say one thing, please?
Mm-hmm.
Can I say something?
We're gonna change your name to Carvel.
The great Paul Mooney, the comedian, the writer, once said, Bahrana. Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes.
Y'all can hear me? Okay. So the great Paul Mooney, the writer, the comedian, once said, and I'm not trying to offend anybody, but I thought it was funny that I thought I would share with you. He said Caribbean people, or as he likes to call them, island people, feel so special because they were dropped off first.
What?
During the sleep.
Wow.
I don't think
and
so.
I thought it had a lot to do with, what our brother Curved George said. If you did go to Finland, listen, love is love. I'm not trying to offend you, but you have to go to Finland to find your life. I
came to study, but okay.
You went to study. Okay. Listen, there's nothing wrong with it. You can marry Chinese, Japanese. That's your life. That's your life. But my experience with Caribbean people is I mean, I have Caribbean friends. They're nice to me, but overall, I have a feeling that you guys don't like to be. Huh?
No diaspora. No diaspora.
Say
No.
that again.
I said, don't create a diaspora war. No. No.
What she said?
What did I say?
No, she was talking about the people like Caribbean people. She's about to give like an anecdotal kind of on what she experienced with some
And
Caribbean.
exactly what
What
she's
did I
gonna say,
say?
and I've actually
Did
heard
I
that before.
say wrong?
Sir, what? I can't hear you, sir. Your
I know
I'm
volume
just
exactly
is
what.
saying what Cole
low.
Mooney said about
Mhm.
Caribbean people was hilarious, and I thought I would share it with you. That's
That,
all. I'm not trying to offend anybody.
Oh,
Thank you.
no, that last part where you said, your experience, they nice to you, but that's somewhere else.
But what I'm saying, if you let me finish, but my thing is their take on the black community or so is a little bit, I don't know, confusing to me. They're neither black nor mixed, or I don't know, they're in between from my
I don't think
understanding,
so.
and that
yeah.
confuses me.
I
They
I
don't
mean,
think
consider themselves black all the way.
yeah, but it
that's
happens all around the diaspora. There's
I was gonna say
Africans
that's
that
across
feel
the
the same way.
board.
no,
Okay.
but isn't that the
Okay.
same young lady
I
a
get it.
second ago when you asked if she was black? She said no, she wasn't black. She's African. Is that the same person
Oh
who's
Lord,
speaking?
see, that's what I say.
But I
All
don't
right,
have a
all right,
problem. I
all
don't
right. We're
have
not
a
gonna do
problem with
this.
being. I
Follow,
don't have a
she
problem with being black.
she did
Africans
say
are
she was
black.
fine with black.
But
She
I was
said
Yeah,
she
trying to
was
tell
fine
everyone
with
where
that.
I was from. I'm African, but I'm also black, and I have nothing wrong. I have nothing wrong with being black. I'm black all the way. Trust me.
Oh,
absolutely.
I'm 100%
Thank
black.
you.
But I think in the Caribbean, the problem that we have in the Caribbean is colorism, right? And so because we're
All right,
Right,
y'all.
clear.
Yo, hey man,
oh,
Carvel, man, you have fun with Wabbit season over there, man. And I'm gonna go out. I gotta go.
do have a good
Wife,
night, everyone. Do
wife
have a
is
good
All
night,
right.
calling.
everyone. Stay good.
Much love to y'all.
This was a
Um,
good conversation. Thank y'all for having me up here.
Thank
Thanks,
yo,
host.
thanks
you.
for coming
Thank you,
up.
Good
brother
night.
Leonard.
Good
You
night.
know what I say every
Enjoy.
time I come
Bye.
on? Before, if you're
Have a
not
good
black,
night, everybody.
hop in the tub before you hop in black business, and make sure you have the towel. Y'all have a good night.
Absolutely. Appreciate you, Stella. Thank you for the
Bye
gifts,
bye.
y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.